would you prefer to? Because I'm saying I don't really care where Spurs finish, but I would prefer Arsenal to win the 2 big trophies. And I don't care if Spurs stay up, they stay up.
But he's just said Spurs going down. He's like a trophy.
No, but it's not a trophy.
No, but Bentley, they're gone.
Yeah, but you got to think though. Listen,
nothing that they can.
Jason, I get that, but they've almost gone now. Like you'd rather just win the 2. Worry about Arsenal. Don't worry about Spurs.
Yeah, but it's the hilarity. I never ever thought when the Premier League started, I never ever thought you would ever see a big club go down.
I agree.
Did not think it was possible.
I agree with that.
No.
And last season, obviously, Spurs were on the brink, but it was they were too far away from it last season, and you thought after winning the Europa, the Polar League, whatever it is in Europe, that they might bounce back, but they got even worse.
Thanks for your call. I don't know what happens if this won't happen. If you win the quadruple and Spurs go down, football's over. That's done now. You've completed it. And for Arsenal, that's it, right?
It's too questionable.
There will never ever be a better day, ever. It can't get better than that.
No, I get that, right? Let me ask you a question. Say Arsenal. Look, I don't think it will happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk into existence because I don't think it will.
Yeah.
If Arsenal win the quadruple,
yeah.
What are you saying about Arteta?
Let's find out from a man that knows it.
No, I just wonder what you say about that.
What do you want me to say? I'll say he's done all right.
All right.
For us at 7, the GOAT Adrian Durham presents live coverage from the stadium in Light Sunderland host Liverpool. Commentary comes from Jim Proudfoot and Dean Ashton. Why don't you ask the same question to Aid as we join him now? Aid, good evening to you.
Good evening, Andy. Good evening, Darren.
Hey, we were just talking there about...
He heard.
No, not the Arteta bit. But do you understand what I mean, Aid, in terms of Spurs can finish anywhere as long as Arsenal win the double?
Well, Arsenal always beat Spurs, don't they? Last 7, I don't think they've lost to them in the last 7 games, something like that. So, now is a situation where Arsenal are so dominant that I think they'd rather keep Spurs in the Premier League so they can beat them twice every season. I think people might be missing that point. It's the reality, isn't it? And they celebrate St Totteringham's Day, is it? Where they know they're going to finish above Spurs. That mathematically that day comes along and they all celebrate something like that anyway. But in answer to your question, if they do win the quadruple, even if they win the double, treble, whatever it is, you just got to say a very, very brief, yeah, well done, Mikel. Let's see if you can back it up, mate. That's
how good you are. Arnie Slot won it once.
3 words, well done, mate, and let's see if you can back it up.
Well, a quadruple, something that's never been done ever. Okay, yeah, no worries.
It's been a bit of a fortunate season, though, isn't it?
Oh, hey, you don't want to hear that.
Well, who expected Liverpool to be this far off it? Who expected City to be this far off it? You know what?
Almost, Aid, like it doesn't count.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'd say they should have an asterisk next to it. Yeah.
No, honestly.
Right, let's talk about a big game. There's so many big games tonight. Let's talk about Sunderland because they've been brilliant. Regis Labrie, so far, will be looking at what he has achieved as a manager and his players, and also be looking at how other clubs, newly promoted clubs, have performed. And he'll be in dreamland at the moment. How great a performance do you think his players and him collectively have been this season? Because no one expected, even them, no one expected Sunderland to do what they're currently doing, right?
They could get into Europe, and I think that this is a genuine statement I'm about to make. It doesn't matter what Mikel Arteta wins this season. This guy here at Sunderland is the manager of the season. I don't care what anyone says. They finished, 24 points behind the top 2 in the Championship. They had to go through the playoffs, so they didn't know they were going up till something like early June. And their recruitment has been sensational. Their team ethic is sensational. They're really good to watch. Enzo Lefebvre is a proper player. He's a proper number 10. An absolute joy to watch. Arsenal let Dan Ballard go. Okay, they actually rated him, but they let him go. And look at him now, proper Premier League centre-half. This guy is turning what we thought were average players, EFL players, into proper Premier League players. So I think it's brilliant what he's done here. But for me, he is the manager of the season. Pound for pound, he won't win it. We know it goes to the champion. But pound for pound, I think he is the manager of the season.
Yeah, I think he's been outstanding because I said I didn't really know too much about him when he got the job. But to do what he's done, and I give him equal credit as well, Aid, in terms of the fact that when they went to the AFCON was on and he lost so many players and he still kept them competitive, still kept them winning games. He has been absolutely... And the home record, Aid, I don't know if you've got the stat in front of you. When was the last time a team at the Championship, if it's ever happened before, has gone the whole season potentially without losing a game at home?
It's a great question, but I haven't got the answer. But what I do know is they are the only unbeaten home side in the Premier League, top 3 divisions, in fact. And there's not many teams across Europe, not even Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, are unbeaten at home this season. And let's be real about it. City have been here, they didn't even score. Arsenal have been here, didn't win. It's not like they've played a load of minnow sides and they're waiting for the big boys to rock up. They've played some top sides here and they've matched them and more than matched most of them. So you just have to take your hat off. It's fantastic what's being done here. And also, I was here for the first game of the season, the West Ham game, and the crowd were sensational. So that really helps. It's a great atmosphere.
I want to get your views on the biggest story of the day about Spurs in just a sec. But how do you see this one going? Sunderland against Liverpool live on TalkSport?
Well, what's happened to Spurs? I think
Harry Redknapp's gone there.
I think this could be the moment the unbeaten home record goes. No, I'm joking. It'll be 1-1 draw, I think, tonight.
All right, I see a home win, but we shall find out. Yeah, the big story of the day, obviously, is the fact that Spurs are now managerless. Thomas Frank has been given the tin tack. Lots of Spurs fans, quite a few of them actually, have thrown up saying, get Harry Redknapp into the end of the season. What do you make of that?
Listen, I heard what you were just saying there, and I'm with you. I love Harry. I'm not even sure he would want it. I mean, it might be such an amazing offer that he might think, I have to get back in. But he's done so much since he kind of came out of management that I'm not sure he would want that pressure again. I don't know, but it would be some story if they gave it to him. I personally don't think it's the way to go. I just think that Spurs surely must have a plan, a strategy. If they're going to sack the manager, bearing in mind they're the only team in the Champions League that won all their home games without conceding a goal, so there is a positive to their season. Yeah. I find it all a little bit strange. I never thought he was a good fit anyway. I think when you go from a club the size of Brentford to a club the size of Tottenham, I think that's too big a leap. And I'm talking physically about the size of the ground as well. And that's important because at Brentford he could go round the whole perimeter of the ground and basically shake hands with everybody, make contact with everybody in the crowd. And he got that spirit together at that football club that meant they overachieved. You can't do that at Tottenham. I think he's struggled with the egos at Tottenham as well. There's a lot wrong with Tottenham and it needs a very strong manager to sort it out. I don't think it needs stopgap measures. It needs a proper manager who's going to be there in the long term, who has that authority to sort that dressing room out.
Hey, do you think that because Andy's convinced that he thinks they're going to go down. Where do you stand on that? I know their run's horrible, what they've got coming up, but I just can't see it. Maybe it's just because of football history. I just can't see a world where Tottenham aren't in the Premier League.
Right, I actually think it would be good if they did go down. Good for them, okay? It'd be good for football. I think it'd be good for them to go down. Honestly, I think they just need a massive reset. The big problem with that is, do they come straight back up? You would think they would, but I just think what a great story that would be. You get into this, arguably the best stadium in the world, and a few seasons later, you're in the Championship. That's some story. But from a Tottenham point of view, whole place needs a reset, needs a reality check. There are people at the football club, I think, in positions of authority high up, who basically need waking up to the reality that they're not paying the right kind of wages, they're not appointing the right people, they're not signing the right players, and the treatment room is ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm not the expert in that field to say what's wrong with it. But when we don't know when Kulusevski's coming back, when we don't know when Maddison's coming back, it's utterly insane what's going on there. So somebody needs to shake that place up, and I think getting relegated could be exactly what Tottenham need. Step back and then come back.
It's always a pleasure. In fact, just a quick one from me, actually. If at the end of the season when Glasner leaves Palace, do you think Thomas Frank might come straight back into football and go to Selhurst Park?
Not impossible. That's a good fit. I can see that. It feels like he would have a relationship with the fans there, the kind of spirit that he had at Brentford. So, yeah, I can see that. He was unbelievable at Brentford. Truly unbelievable. But Spurs can ruin the best of them.
Aid, what a superstar you are, you know that. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy the night.
Cheers, Aid.
We'll speak to you in a bit.
Great show. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, man. There you go. The legend is Adrian Durham. He's at the Stadium Light ahead of Sunderland against Liverpool. He said draw, you said away win. I'm going home win. One of us will be right tomorrow.
This Wednesday, the £12 million Lotto jackpot must be won.
Must be won?
Yes, Lotto from the National Lottery. It could be you. Estimated jackpot. Rules apply. 18 plus.
For everyone you love this Valentine's, there's a moon pig. Like that special someone who feels like home. Or your date, who you're trying not to get too excited about. Mm-hmm. Even your bestie, who knows your type before you do. So create stickers, add your handwriting, and photos that bring your memories to life. And get 20% off with code LOVE20. Because this Valentine's Day, everyone deserves a Moonpig.com.
Money Super 7, our mission continues. How are we helping people save today?
We could help people save up to £193 on their home insurance.
Good start. What else?
They could also switch their car insurance with us. We've got some great deals. How's that for a day's work?
Impressive, but it's not home time yet, Money Super 7.
See how much you could save with Money Supermarket. 51% could save up to £193. Consumer Intelligence, Buildings and Contents, November 2025, 17 plus UK only.
Why are you abseiling down the front of your house, Ross? You have a staircase.
I like doing things the hard way, Albert.
Try something easier, Ross. Get cheaper off-peak energy. It's available at different times, like during the day or weekends. Just get a smart meter and choose a flexible scheme or tariff.
Ooh, I could batch cook some quiche.
Perfect. With a smart meter, getting cheaper energy is easier than you think.
Eligibility varies. Action required. Schemes and tariffs available to selected customers.
Stop. Listen. Chicken. The 10 mini fillet bucket. $7.99. 10 succulent mini fillets. Buy. Eat. Digest. Good. Repeat. Get the deal. Believe in chicken. KFC. Until 22nd of March. Subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. Excludes delivery. Full T's and C's at kfc.co.uk.
Love that feeling when a game just clicks? At Virgin Bet, you'll find all your favourites in one place. Classic casino games and hundreds of the most exciting slots. And it's a good bet you'll love our new member welcome offer. Just join, wager at least £10 on slots within 7 days of signing up and get 100 free spins to get you started. Virgin Bet, a good bet. Use free spins on selected games in 7 days. Value varies. Terms and exclusions apply. 18 plus. Bet responsibly. Gambleaware.org.
Get ahead of the game every supercharged sporting Saturday on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Make the warm-up a part of your weekly matchday ritual.
The game is underway.
And get an unrivaled preview of all the upcoming unmissable football action.
Absolutely first class.
With expert predictions, pitch-perfect analysis, and a top-flight lineup of guests. Guaranteed. The warm-up with Max Rushton and Charlie Baker. Saturday morning from 9 on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade.
TalkSport Travel with Subway. Check out our great range of Saver Subs, including the Triple Cheese Toasty, BLT, Ham and Cheese Toasty, and Nacho Chicken. It's a winning lineup.
Delays around this evening's games. We've got Crystal Palace v Burnley at Selhurst Park kicking off at 7:30. Also Aston Villa, Brighton at Villa Park at 7:30. Same again for Manchester City, Fulham at the Etihad. And later on it's Sunderland v Liverpool at Stadium of Light at 8:15. Anti-clockwise M25 Surrey. Severe delay still caused by the earlier accident. Leatherhead to Reigate, junction 9 to 8. There's an accident on the northbound M6 in Warwickshire. Delays at the M42 Coes Hill turn at junction 4. I'm Simon James.
Club card accepted.
Feel the power to lower prices with Tesco Club Card. Get a bottle of Bailey's Original Irish Cream Liqueur, now £14, down from £22.50. Helping you share the love this Valentine's Day. Tesco, every little helps. Drink aware 18 plus, majority of larger stores. Bailey's 1 litre ends 6th of April. Club Card or app required.
Get much fit for a forceful Friday of live football on the TalkSport network.
From 7, Man City take on Leicester City in the WSL on TalkSport 2.
As Hull face Chelsea from 7:45 in the FA Cup on TalkSport.
It's full speed ahead for a frantic Friday night of live football
on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
TalkSport, me and the goal team. Ben is here from us at 7 to go. Adrian Dunn brings you Sunderland against Liverpool. It's live on TalkSport. Just quickly, I know lots of football fans travelling to matches, listen to the show. Palace's game with Burnley. It's been delayed to 7:40. That's due to heavy traffic delaying the arrival of the Burnley team coach. Why don't you make it 7:45? Stick 10 minutes on. 15:20. 7:40. There is also football in the Championship tonight. Charlton, they take on Stoke. Ian Abrahams has the team news. Moose, good evening to you.
Good evening, and Darren Bent's a god in these parts. Never quite been the same in the Valley without him. Nathan Jones in charge these days, 3 wins from 16, up against one of his former teams, Stoke, tonight, who are 4 points off the playoffs. Charlton 4 points off the relegation zone, so it could be a really pivotal night. One change for Charlton, Matty Godden comes in for Charlie Kelman, who drops to the bench. 3 changes for Stoke, Cisse up front comes in, Rigo into midfield, and we've got a World Cup winner coming into midfield with Ben Pearson dropping out, and Stephen Nzonzi at the grand old age of 37, could be his last season, coming in for Stoke tonight. It's Charlton against Stoke, and we start here at 7:45.
Go on, Alex. Thanks, Bruce. I mean, it has been the same since you left. Okay, all right? I mean, Johnny Jackson's probably more of a cult legend there.
Yeah, of course, a legend.
Yeah. I mean, you left when the money came in, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
How old were you and left Charlton?
23, I think.
There you go. Money comes in, off you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Shout out the Alex.
By the way, that's typical you, that is. Money comes in, off you go.
Been in show, is he?
Man of the people, apparently.
Thank you.
Why is he talking? Yeah,
and Neil is here, everyone. Hello, Neil. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. How are you?
Nice to see you. You had a good day?
Yeah, great day. Always a pleasure.
Who cares, mate? No one cares about your day. Don't let him see you.
What are you trying to cheat?
Look, why is he so nervous? Look how nervous he is.
You think I'm nervous?
Luke came in and was chilled, man. Why are you nervous?
Good seeing you.
Relax.
What are you doing?
Why are you nervous?
I'm not nervous.
Hey, listen, that Schneid gear you got on.
What are you doing? You know that's out.
See that?
Why'd you wear a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, why'd you wear a lot of Ralph Lauren?
Smart, isn't it? You know.
Get the real stuff. What we did today on the end of the show quiz, Neil.
Right, big quiz. So despite...
earlier on it was claimed it was the biggest and best end of show quiz ever.
Could be, yeah.
It's a big statement.
Could be. I think I agree with that. Whoever wrote that, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, right, so...
It's your handwriting?
No, I think so.
Okay.
Despite an unbelievable night of Premier League action on the TalkSport network last night, we're still hungry for a bit more, aren't we?
Get on with it.
What we want to know is, what is the most popular sandwich in the United Kingdom?
Well, just one.
No, there's a list of 10.
Oh, why don't you say that bit? See, this is why I'm not on national radio. Right, do you want to start again? What are we doing, Neil?
Top 10 sandwich fillings, yeah?
Sandwiches, yeah, in the UK.
Get on with it!
What, the actual sandwich?
What?
Top 10 most popular sandwiches.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
BLT.
Andy can go first.
BLT.
Correct. Number 1.
It doesn't work like it's a list, we work together. We're not
it's against each other.
No, we're working against...
How do you get to the list?
We're working against you. All right?
Cheese and ham.
Well, that's nice.
Cheese and ham?
Cheese, ham, tomato.
No, it's not in the top 10.
It's quite... Why have you put sandwiches in?
Well, because we're so hungry for more action.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Andy? Ploughman's.
Yeah, that's got to be in there.
Ploughman's does not make the top
Chicken
10.
salad.
Chicken salad is number 2.
A tuna sweet corn.
That's a good call. That's a great call, DB.
I'll give you it. Tuna mayo.
Okay. I've had a single burger
number 3,
since I touched
23%.
It's good. There's going to be something like falafel or something.
Cheese and onion?
It's not crisps.
No, but cheese and onion, you get the little cheese and...
I don't think cheese and onions a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a sandwich list.
Cheese and onion sandwich?
Yeah.
No. You can lock it in if you want.
Something vegetarian based, like falafel and
okay, listen, this
rabbit
is
droppings.
This is a rogue one, right? Right, for you.
More than cheese and onion?
Sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
Bacon sandwich.
That's a great call.
It's a great call, but it's not on the list.
Well, that's nonsense. Sausage sandwich.
Another great call, not on the list.
What kind of sandwich is this?
What kind of list is this?
This is the UK's most popular.
Cheese toasty.
That's not sandwich.
There it is. If you fold it together, it is.
Brilliant. It's like Gordon Ramsay's in there.
What kind of list is this?
Yeah, I don't... you need to say like Marks and Sparks.
Ham salad sandwich.
Ham salad? Ham and cheese?
He said that.
Bro, what list is this?
What list is this, man?
Once a time,
Christmas stuffing.
Well, that's a good one. Pork.
No.
Yeah, I do like a bit tasty.
Is there more than one chicken?
There is a couple of...
Fried chicken sandwich.
What even is that?
Chicken...
I told you it was a good quiz.
Chicken and mayonnaise. Chicken and avocado. Bang. Chicken and avocado.
It's not. Bro.
Mate, you've made this list. Did you get this from Canteen?
Grilled chicken sandwich. No.
What?
Chicken sweet chili sandwich.
What are you doing?
Egg and the little flowers.
Cress.
Egg and cress is on the list on number 6.
Right,
good work, Goldstein.
Do you two like haddock?
Haddock. Fish. It's going to be a fish sandwich.
Hey.
Monkfish.
Hey, Ploughman's, but cheese and pickle.
Cheese and pickles
That's
on
a
the
Ploughman's,
list.
bro.
Cheese and pickle. No, it's not. But cheese and pickle is on the list.
Monkfish.
Monkfish.
Salmon sandwich.
I'll give you that. Smoked salmon and cream cheese is number 9 on the list.
There you go.
That's good work. Are you going to get one yet?
A Marmite sandwich. Jam sandwich.
No and no.
Jam.
Beef and horseradish. Got to be on there.
is on there, number 10.
Seriously, prawn sandwich.
100% prawn.
Prawn sandwich.
Who's feeding you the answers now? Because you had absolutely nothing in the first.
I've read prawn sandwich here.
Okay, yeah, prawn sandwich is 8.
How many got left?
Right, I've got one. Something I grew up with as a kid. Fish finger sandwiches. Stick it in.
This is a joke.
Am I right?
You've corrupted the quiz.
I've got one. 30 seconds.
That's right.
I know that's what they're saying in my ear.
How many got left?
How many got left, Neil? Quick, we've got 15 seconds.
You've got...
Quick. One left.
One left, yeah. Number 7.
And that one is, I would imagine...
Get on with it!
What is it?
You don't know?
Don't tell anyone.
Cheese and crisps.
Cheese and crisps.
Jeez, you'll be fun at a party. Me and Benny will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Stay with TalkSport. A big old night of live football coming up. We'll be back.
Coronation chicken.
Same time, 4 o'clock. Have a good evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Hawksby and Jacobs on your side every weekday afternoon from 1 on TalkSport with Toolstation, delivering cutting-edge comment, a catalogue of riveting guests, and drilled-down dialogue to power up your lunchtime. Plus, breaking news, views, and loads of laughs. Don't miss the nation's favourite sporting lunch with the legendary Hawksby and Jacobs every weekday afternoon from 1 on TalkSport with Toolstation. Next stop, Toolstation.
Sport. It's in your DNA. That's why at SpreadX Sports, you get great offers and features to aid your sports betting, including £30 in free bets when you join and place a qualifying £10 fixed odds bet at minimum odds of 1 to 2. Visit spreadx.com/DNA for full terms and conditions. SpreadX Sports. It's in our DNA. 18 plus gambleware.org. Qualifying bets cannot be cashed out early. Once settled, get 3 free £10 fixed odds bets on consecutive days. Free bet stakes not included in any winnings. Free bets must be claimed within 28 days.
Summer is calling. Book early for your trip to Turkey and get the most out of your holiday. Visit goturkey.com now and discover unforgettable experiences. Plan your summer getaway to Turkey today.
With LV, I can get my home insurance from just £133. They've made it easy for me to get a great price. And their 24/7 emergency helpline lets me look after what matters to me. Because insurance is simple when it's me and LV.
No wonder we're rated excellent on Trustpilot. Get your quote today at lv.com. 10% of new customers paid £133 or less July to December 2025. LV General Insurance is part of Allianz.
That's it. We need a bigger car.
Smart speaker, what's an award-winning SUV?
The Tucson is an award-winning midsize SUV and is available for a 24-hour test drive.
They look great. And it's a self-charging hybrid too.
Smart speaker, search offers on a Hyundai Tucson.
The Tucson is available with 2 years 0% APR. And it's Hyundai, by the way.
Discover the Hyundai Tucson self-charging hybrid. Ends 31st of March. 25% deposit. Finance subject to status. Hyundai UK is a credit broker, not a lender. Terms apply.
Okay, so for my ISA investment, should I pay a flat fee or a percentage fee? A percentage fee will get bigger as my stocks and shares ISA grows, but Interactive Investor's flat fee will stay the same, meaning I get to keep the money I make. Obviously.
It's raining. For over 500,000 investors, the penny's dropped. Interactive Investor. I think, therefore II. Remember, when investing, your capital is at risk.
This Wednesday, the £12 million Lotto jackpot must be won.
Must be won?
Yes, Lotto from the National Lottery. It could be you. Estimated jackpot. Rules apply. 18 plus.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave. Online, on your mobile, on the app, and on your smart speaker. Talk Sport. Talk Sport.
Good evening with your headlines at 7 o'clock. I'm Uma Gurab. Just 5 points clear of danger, 8 Premier League games without a win and now managerless. Defeat to Newcastle was the last straw for Thomas Frank at Spurs, and ahead of the North London derby, Mikel Arteta has expressed his sympathy for his now former rival.
Obviously very sad news when you have a colleague that doesn't continue doing his job, because Thomas is an excellent coach, he's an extraordinary man as well. Wish him all the very best for whatever he decides to do next.
Elsewhere tonight, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has said he believes Britain has become colonised by immigrants. In an interview with Sky News, the Man United owner has also claimed politicians need to make difficult decisions to get the UK back on track, adding that Sir Keir Starmer is maybe too nice. Next, it's been revealed England are going to be based in Kansas City, Missouri during the World Cup this summer. They'll be 6 hours behind UK time. As for warm-up matches, they'll face New Zealand and Costa Rica at the start of June in South Florida. Tonight, we're building up to 5 Premier League matches across the TalkSport network. One of those is Man City versus Fulham. Could we get a repeat of that 5-4 not so long ago? Well, Pep Guardiola's been talking up his opposition manager Marco Silva ahead of this one.
Marco's one of the top managers, destined to be one of the tops in a few years for sure.
Head to the TalkSport app for a choice of commentaries. Kick-off for Palace versus Burnley tonight has been delayed by 10 minutes till 7:40. That's due to heavy traffic, which has delayed the arrival of the Burnley bus. Meanwhile, Arsenal women are currently 3-0 up in their Champions League playoff against Leuven, and England have lost their T20 World Cup meeting with the West Indies by 30 runs. There's more at TalkSport.com.
TalkSport News.
Police say a teenage boy suspected of a school stabbing in North London is a former pupil, and America's top lawyer has said she's sorry to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Head to the Times website for more on today's news stories.
TalkSport weather with QuickFit. With a huge range of premium brands available, we've got what you need to drive away happy every time. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Staying largely cloudy with outbreaks of rain for most of us in the north, fairly windy and cold. It's feeling mild in the south.
Kick-Off. Online, on YouTube, on the TalkSport app. Kick-Off live.
The adrenaline-charged Weeknight Football Academy.
Stamina, celebrity, light-speed Weeknight football.
Athletic accomplishment meets peerless professionalism and pride.
Superstar football. Kick-Off live on TalkSport.
5 Premier League games tonight, all live and exclusive on the TalkSport network. The show comes from the Stadium of Light, where Sunderland's unbeaten home record will be tested by Liverpool. On TalkSport 2, Forest beaten at Leeds and being chased down by West Ham need to beat Wolves. Live on Talk Radio tonight, Man City always beat Fulham. If they do it again tonight, they go 3 points behind Arsenal. There are 2 more on the TalkSport app. Scott Parker reckons Burnley can still stay up there at Palace, and Aston Villa need to pick up their form as they host Brighton, who were booed off by their fans on Sunday. Midweek Premier League under the lights, Sam, we're cooking on TalkSport.
And he puts it into the deep end, and he nabs it through the legs of Nick Pope, and there's the equaliser for Liverpool.
If we don't have Champions League football, it's definitely not been an acceptable season.
The confidence is getting better. We have now more solutions to fix different problems. We have also more threats.
Watkins turning and shooting brilliantly. Edge of the area, thumping it in. That is a terrific goal.
This match, this week, this month are very, very important.
Welbeck with the header, 1-1. Jumping is like Kwa with the flick. Sarr hits it in for 3. And Burnley are back on level terms. Left-footed shot is in. That's the one he wanted. Erling Haaland, left-footed.
What I'm saying is what you have to do to beat Fulham. What you have to do better, because if we don't improve that, we will not win.
Wilson controls it. Right-footed poke into the corner. And Fulham lead again. Morgan Gibbs White based up by the goalkeeper. He chips it into the far corner. And Nottingham Forest are back in the game. This is Talk Sport, and it's about to heat up again.
Good evening, I'm Adrian Durham at the Stadium of Light. You've got to love midweek football under the lights. Absolutely love it. We've got more of it tonight on the Talk Sport network. You are going to need the Talk Sport app. Get it on your phone or your device. Go to Live Games, bottom right of the home screen, and our list of commentaries will pop up. Just choose the one you want to listen to. It's easy. Also, the latest on Thomas Frank's sacking at Spurs is on the TalkSport app as well, plus Simon Jordan revealing what he said to Eni Aluko during an off-air moment yesterday. And actually, if you listen to all that, it sounds like Simon isn't a fan of Ian Wright either, which is a bit bizarre. Wright is one of the very best I've had the pleasure and privilege of working with. Still good pals now, but you check it out for yourself, all on the TalkSport app or on the website talksport.com. Let's crack on with what really matters, and to paraphrase an iconic punk band, never mind the nonsense, here's the football. Team news has just dropped here in the northeast for an 8:15 kickoff live on TalkSport. Sunderland against Liverpool. Here's Jim Proudfoot.
Well, good evening, Adrian. The big question for Liverpool tonight was who would play in the right-back role. It's been pretty vacant recently, with Bradley injured, Gomez not fully fit, and Szoboszlai now suspended. It's Wataru Endo who gets the nod. It's just his second start for Liverpool in that position, having played there against Karabakh a fortnight ago. The other change of the team that faced City on Sunday sees Robertson recalled in place of Kirkes at left-back. Sunderland give a first start to Nilson Angulo, the Ecuadorian winger they recently signed from Anderlecht. He came on the right wing against Arsenal. He may well start on the left tonight as he replaces Shamsdeen Talbi. So, Sunderland, Roofs in goal. Mukiel, Ballard, Alderete and Reinildo, the back four. Siddiqui and Lefay. Hume, who will start in all likelihood wide on the right-hand side, but drop back into make a five when Sunderland don't have possession. Angulo on the left, and Diarra behind Brian Brobby up front. For Liverpool is Alisson in goal, Endo, Contatec, Van Dijk and Robertson, Gravenberch and McAllister, Salah, Wirtz and Gakpo, with Ekitike leading the line. On the benches, Elborg, Serkin, Getrauda, Talbi and Rigg, Mayenda, O'Nien, Mundle and Isidore. And for Liverpool, Mamadashvili, Gomez, Kirkes, Chiesa and Jones, Nioni, Ramsey and Gamoa, and Kieran Morrison. And tonight's referee is Chris Kavanagh, whose last Sunderland game was their victorious playoff final last season. We kick off here at 8:15.
Jim, thank you very much. And a little bit later on, we'll be looking at Sunderland's home form. We'll be looking at the form of Ekitike up front for Liverpool as well. We are in the company of the former England striker, Dean Ashton, who scored at this stadium 22 years ago for Crewe. You were only 20.
Yikes. Let me just picture it from this vantage point, just on that right-hand side. Blistering pace to get past Gary Breen. Goalkeeper came out, saw a little gap between the legs, straight through into the corner and off to about 7 Crewe fans.
No, it was you that scored the goal, not Mark Rivers.
I want to know who passed the ball to you.
Dave Brammer.
He did. How on earth do you remember that? That's amazing.
Because it was a great pass, that's why I do remember it.
Right, there you go. I'm sure he'll be delighted that you've remembered that. Listen, this game tonight, Sunderland's proud home record is going to be tested once again. But even though Granit Xhaka's been out, I just want to focus a little bit on that midfield too. Siddiqui and Lefay. Lefay we saw a week last Monday, didn't we, against Burnley. Sensational footballer. But actually, I wouldn't say they don't miss Granit Xhaka, but they're doing well enough without him, aren't they?
They are, because Enzo Lefay, I think, has stepped in and being that calming influence in the middle of the pitch. I think Siddiqui's great on the ball, but he gives you that dynamism to win the ball back, whereas what Granit Xhaka gives you is the organisation, the calmness. Because they defend for long periods, when they do get the ball, they need to take care of it. He's been the best exponent of that. Tonight, I can't wait to see Lefay against the Liverpool side, against a side that's going to be difficult, and they're not going to have as much of the ball as they did against Burnley. Can he still be that influence? And you never quite know where he's going to play. And I think, Jim touched on it there with Trey Hume and his positioning. You don't know. Sometimes he's a right back, sometimes he's a wing back, sometimes he's a midfield player. And I think that position allows Enzo Lefay to just drift wherever he wants and be a deep midfielder, then a number 10, then a left winger. It's a really interesting way they set up Sunderland.
Yeah, and Trey Hume actually is, in terms of leadership, he has replaced Granit Xhaka and done it more than adequately. He's so vocal as well. Quick word on the new winger that's come in, Angulo. I think Jim was saying he may well be on the left, which means he'll be up against Endo, which has got to be a weakness for Liverpool at right back.
You'd expect so, and that's an area they'll target. They'll target those full-back areas anyway, because it has been a weakness all season for Liverpool. So they will do, and Angulo it'll be another one of those where we'll look and go, have they unearthed another one? Have they done it again? This recruitment here at Sunderland, because they basically haven't missed yet in terms of the players that they've brought in, and clearly they feel that he's ready to go and deserves the start ahead of Talbi, who we saw score that worldie of a strike, and he finds himself on the bench. If I was him, I'd be a little bit wounded.
We'll get more on this game. It's an 8:15 kick-off here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland against Liverpool. The build-up to come on Talk Sport. Let's head, though, to the City Ground, where Nottingham Forest need to beat Wolves, and with the team news, Ian Danter.
They sure do. Just 2 points clear of West Ham in 18th. Nottingham Forest with this game in hand tonight First defeat in 5 Premier League games last time out, and it was a heavy one at Leeds United. And Sean Dyche has made 3 changes from that defeat. Williams returns at fullback, Hutchinson back in further forward, and Lorenzo Luca, who scored the consolation goal, gets his first start for Forest. Ortega in goal, Williams, Milenkovic, Morato and Aina in the back 4, Sangare and Anderson holding, and then Hutchinson, Gibbs White, a former Wolf, Hudson-Odoi and Luca in attack. As for Wolves themselves, well, in the 20th spot, 8 points, 18 points, and if we know they're going down, 7 out and 2 in the transfer window. They're planning for life in the Championship. 2 changes for Rob Edwards. Krejci comes in at right back for Doherty, and Rodrigo Gomez makes it 3 Gomez in the starting lineup, with Hwang dropping out injured, but Angel Gomez is fit. Jose Sarr is the keeper, Krejci, Mosquera, and the 2 Buenos, Santiago and Hugo at the back. And then you've got the 3 Gomezes, Joao, Angel and Rodrigo, before Adam Armstrong, Matias Mane and Tolu Aroko-Dare make up the rest of the starting lineup. 3 kids on the Wolves bench shows just how threadbare their squad is. We're underway at 7:30 on TalkSport 2. Adrian Clark's alongside me. Nottingham Forest against Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Now let's have a word with the former Arsenal midfielder Adrian Clark. Are you getting to grips with the Gomezes, mate?
Good evening. Yeah, I wasn't best pleased when I saw this, so we're going to try and stick to the first names, I think. But yeah, 3 Gomez and 2 Buenos. I mean, that's got to be some kind of record, hasn't it? That 5 of the starting 11 sort of share the same surname. Remarkable, really.
Yeah, I wonder what Jim Ratcliffe makes of that. Anyway, we won't go into that. Forest, though. Sean Dyche came out with something in the build-up to this game. I couldn't quite believe it. He's been in football a long time, but he couldn't work out why his future was being questioned, Adrian, shortly after being nominated for Manager of the Month. Sorry, does he know anything about football in the Premier League? It's because his team got wiped out badly by relegation rivals Leeds, and he has the chairman he's got at Nottingham Forest. Everybody knows why his future's being questioned. It's simple stuff, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. And that was a really poor performance at Leeds United. In a big game, they didn't show up, did they? There is a feeling, I think, among Forest fans that they can get themselves up for the big games. Arsenal came here, they play out their skin, they get themselves a golden straw. But in the games where they kind of need to win or they're expected to win, they've been a little bit clueless. They've been devoid of ideas. And tonight, I think a lot of Forest fans are coming here to the City ground with a feeling of dread. So it's down to the players and Sean Dyche, of course, to inspire them and to produce something a little bit different tonight. But he is the story. Forest are the story here. This is massive for them tonight. And I think defeat, and we could find ourselves in a Thomas Frank situation. You look at the numbers, and Forest are in mid-table form, but you look at the performances, and the fans aren't happy.
And the owner.
Yeah, most importantly, the owner isn't happy.
Adrian, thank you very much. Enjoy the game. You're listening to Kick-Off live on TalkSport with Ladbrokes, 18+, gambleaware.org. So Sunderland Liverpool at 8:15. It's on TalkSport. Palace Burnley on the TalkSport app. The kick-off there pushed back to 7:40 because the Burnley bus has been delayed. I don't know if they know, but traffic is busy in London. The rest get underway at 7:30. Forest Wolves on TalkSport 2. Man City Fulham on Talk Radio. Villa Brighton on the TalkSport app.
Kick-Off on TalkSport with Ladbrokes, 18+, gambleaware.org.
We all fantasize about our perfect home, sipping a morning coffee out on the terrace. Good morning, Mr. Squirrel. Morning. The kids building a tree, playing on the lawn.
We're playing around like football!
But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
Discover the world of Dobble back in McDonald's Happy Meal. Race through the worlds of music, sports, space and more. How quickly can your little one spot the match? Dobble's bursting with fun, some food. It's all inside this Happy Meal. Until the 5th of March 2026 from 11 a.m. Includes one pre-selected book or toy. Double range comprises toys only while stocks last.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fan zone with stadium-style seating, amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the burger stack. Now they're getting down the wings. Sticky barbecue, unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there. His favourite ice-cold beer. What a result.
Catch every game live
live in the pub and grill at Village. Get in! Find out more at villagehotels.com.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Sir Mo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Mo?
Mo? Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. But, you know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stopping you. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
He's having a blinder. He's clipped the post. He's looking formidable. Then...
Substitution.
His game might be over, but yours isn't. With Betfair's Safe Sub, your bet simply rolls onto the player coming on. Playing a different league with Betfair.
Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Applies to singles, multiples and bet builder bets on qualified player outcome selections. Does not apply to odds boost. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Imagine a place where you can escape for a day. Get immersed in a world of rooms, inspiration and expertise. Where you can laze in luxury accommodation. And kids can feast from 95 pence. Tickets are free to everyone and include all the attractions. You've just imagined a day out at IKEA. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Kick off live on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
It's an FA Cup weekend of electrifying live football on the TalkSport network.
Sunday afternoon.
Birmingham take on Leeds from midday on TalkSport, and Grimsby face Wolves from 1:30 on TalkSport 2. It's a super Sunday of FA Cup football on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
TalkSport is live at the Stadium of Light. Liverpool are here to face Sunderland, and it's an 8:15 kickoff, so we get underway in just under an hour's time. You are listening to Kickoff live on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it. A reminder that Palace Burnley live on the TalkSport app. Kickoff delayed 10 minutes because of traffic. 7:40 they'll get underway. I've got to give you the Scott Parker quote from his press conference. I've been giving out Scott Parker quotes all season because he's gone into a world of his own. He's gone into Scott Parker world with some absolute nonsense this season. Here's another one. He said yesterday in the build-up to the game at Palace, I work tirelessly, I'm first in, last out, and I leave blood on the walls. Okay, I really don't know what to say with that, so we'll just go to this. Time to get an odds update with Ladbrokes.
Odds update on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Alex Apati from Ladbrokes. Give me the latest on Sunderland, Liverpool, live on TalkSport here at the Stadium of Light tonight.
Yeah, good evening. Sunderland 11th, aren't they, as things stand? A slight dip in form of them for them of late, but a win tonight puts them level on points with Liverpool, I think, and they could jump about 4 places. Sunderland outsiders, despite being the host, they're just over 3-1. Liverpool 4-5, and the draw 11-4. They did share the points last time they met in December. Liverpool were a little fortunate that day, late equaliser there. Only Bournemouth and Brighton have drawn more games than Sunderland this season in the Premier League, so don't be surprised to see the points shared here at 11-4. In terms of dips in form, 1 win in 7 for Liverpool too. They have drifted in the match betting since this afternoon as well, so they are favourites, but they are on the drift. Desperate for 3 points just to close that gap on the top 4, but you would feel it's a tough ask tonight. You get the feeling Sunderland and those fans are going to be well up for this one, so I'm not picking a winner. I'll go with goals tonight, so 4 or more goals in the game. Both teams to score, and a goal to come in the first 15 minutes is around 11-2.
4 other Premier League games tonight, all available on the TalkSport network. Where's the rest of the value?
Yeah, big night for Crystal Palace, I think. Huge and much needed win last time out against Brighton. They host Burnley tonight, who haven't won in the league since October. Burnley don't score, they concede loads. There's blood on the walls, apparently. A win tonight puts a struggling Palace side 11 points clear of the bottom 3 and potentially 4 points off the top 6, which is insane. But yeah, I would expect a comfortable Palace win. So Palace -1 for a bit of value, just over even money. And then the big one for me, I think City might drop more points tonight. I think they're struggling to win back-to-back games in the league at the moment. Sunday They weren't amazing. It would have taken a lot out of them. They scraped through it. Fulham lost that crazy reverse fixture, of course, in December 5-4. And City have won, I think, their last 19 against Fulham. Fulham have lost 3 of their last 4. So nothing points towards what I'm saying. But I've just got a feeling that Arsenal finish this week with a bigger lead on City. So Fulham to win or draw tonight is 2-1. And you could double that up with Palace -1. You'll get around 6-1 for that double.
Wow, you think Arsenal extend their lead? You are breaking Spurs fans' hearts. They're broken already. Their club's a mess. Who is going to be the next Spurs manager?
Well, the betting's already changed today. I should start by saying this market is for manager on the opening day of next season. And we started the day with Roberto De Zerbi at the head of the betting. He was odds on for the permanent job. Now, though, it's Mauricio Pochettino who leads the way 6-4. De Zerbi 2-1. So neck and neck between those two. Robbie Keane 10-1, and everyone else is 12-1 or bigger as things stand. I mean, just touch on Spurs. Pretty grim for them, really. They're 11-2 now to go down. To put a bit of context on that, that's the same price as what Burnley are to beat Crystal Palace tonight, 11-2. They're more likely to go down now than they are to finish in the top half. But yeah, a couple of honourable mentions in the managerial betting. Thomas Tuchel, Ruben Amorim, 40-1 each. Harry Redknapp, 50-1, and Michael Carrick, I think, was 33-1, caught my eye. And look, Ryan Mason, 25-1, is the only name who has recent experience of managing in the Championship, and that could be exactly what Tottenham need come the summer.
Yeah, but he was sacked because he was going to take West Brom down. That was a look at the latest odds with Ladbrokes. 18+, gamblerware.org.
Odds update on Talk Sport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18+, gamblerware.org.
So we've had the team news from here at Sunderland, who take on Liverpool. Kicks off at 8:15 live on Talk Sport. And we've been to the Talk Sport 2 commentary for team news of Forest Wolves. That kicks off at 7:30. And let's go to the game on Talk Radio tonight. It's Man City, Fulham at the Etihad. Here's your commentator, Mark Wilson.
Yeah, on paper it looks like mission impossible for Fulham, who've lost their last 19 games against Manchester City, 16 of those in the Premier League. Both sides make 2 changes from the weekend. City won at Anfield. They dropped Kusanov and Marmoush to the bench as in come Ruben Diaz and Phil Foden. John Stones is fit again. He's back on the City bench after a long absence. Fulham were beaten late on by Everton. They leave out Castagna and Cuenca. In come Kenny Tete and Calvin Bassey. Former City striker Oscar Bob is on the bench against his old club. So City start Donnarumma in goal. Nunez, Diaz, Gurley and Aït-Nouri at the back. Rodri holding behind Silva and O'Reilly with Semenyo and Foden up alongside Erling Haaland. For Fulham, it's Leno in goal. Tete, Anderson, Bassey and Sessegnon at the back. Iwobi and Berger holding with Wilson, Smith Rowe and Chukwueze supporting Raul Jimenez. Will City close the gap on leaders Arsenal, or will Fulham provide a big upset? We're live on Talk Radio at the Etihad. The brilliant Mickey Gray alongside me for Manchester City against Fulham.
On the TalkSport app, Aston Villa face Brighton at Villa Park. A reminder of the teams from Adam Bridge.
Well, anyone who saw Rayan's goal for Bournemouth at the weekend will understand why Luca Digne is on the bench today for Aston Villa. Matty Cash is out as well. He's injured. So just 2 changes for Villa with Martinez in goal. The 2 fullbacks tonight then are Martson and Bogard with Concert and Mings the centre-half. Mings his 200th appearance for Villa tonight. Luis and Onana, the 2 holding midfielders, with Buendia, Rodgers and Sancho supporting Watkins up top, who scored 9 in his last 10 against Brighton. As for the visitors, 5 changes following their defeat to Palace. For Boskagli, De Kuyper, Ruter, Kostulas and Howe all dropped down to the bench. Van Hecke, Veltman, Hinshelwood, Gomez and Welbeck all come into the starting lineup. So for Bruggen in goal, a back 4 of Kadioglu, Dunk, Van Hecke and Veltman. 3 in midfield, Gross, Hinshelwood and Baliba, with Gomez and Matoma providing the support to Welbeck up top. It's a 7:30 kickoff. It's live on the TalkSport app. It's Villa against Brighton.
And Crystal Palace take on Burnley, who are without a win in 16. Kick-off delayed till 7:40 at Selhurst. It's Alex Crook.
And just delaying the inevitable as far as the visitors are concerned. Marooned in the relegation places, the Clarets face a Palace side who had January signing Evan Gesson a full Premier League debut. Daichi Kamada also makes his first start of 2026. Hughes and Pino are the players who drop out from that weekend win at Brighton. 2 changes for Burnley as well. Joe Worrell and Josh Laurent come in. Out go Pires and Florentino. So Palace have Henderson in goal. A back 3 of Lerma, Lacroix and Richards. Munoz, Walton, Kamada and Mitchell in midfield, with Sarr and Gesson behind record signing Jurgen Strand Larsen up top. For Burnley, Dubravka in goal, a back five of Walker, Esther, Worrell, Humphreys and Laurent, Edwards, Hannibal, Agachukwu and Anthony at the midfield four, with Fleming likely to plough a very lonely furrow up top. At Selhurst Park, it's Crystal Palace against Burnley.
A reminder then, get the app on your phone or your device, go to Live Games, bottom right of the home screen. That will make it easy for you to find the game you need to listen to. The TalkSport app, get it downloaded. A quick word with Mickey Gray back at the Etihad for Man City Fulham. Look ahead to that game. Mickey, this game was epic when they met at Craven Cottage. City 5-1 up after less than an hour. They ended up clinging on to win it 5-4. They always beat Fulham, but after the late drama and the win at Anfield at the weekend, City need this to be a boring, comfortable win tonight. Interesting to see Phil Foden back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they only made 2 changes, Adrian, after the energy levels that they probably had to go through when they were playing in that game against Liverpool. You know, Marmoush, Cherky, just a couple of players to mention that are not in the starting 11 tonight. I'm surprised them playing against Fulham tonight that he hasn't made more changes, but he needs to win every single game now, Pep. I think he knows that, certainly, if he wants to go all the way and probably try to just win the Premier League.
Mickey, we'll leave you to it because that's about to kick off. Let's remind you where to find the games this evening. Sunderland-Liverpool is on TalkSport. Kicks off at 8:15. The rest get underway very shortly. 7:30. Forest Wolves on TalkSport 2. Man City Fulham on Talk Radio. Villa Brighton on the TalkSport app. And Palace Burnley delayed till 7:40 is also on the TalkSport app. You're listening to Kickoff live on TalkSport with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with Now you can stream the Premier League flexibly with a Now Sports Day all-month membership. 18 plus, stream via internet. Terms apply.
Kickoff on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. 18plusgambleaware.org.
It's another day at Screwfix, and so Mo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Mo?
Mo? Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. But, you know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stopping you. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
Incredible scenes here at the Village Hotel's Pub and Grill. Fans are taking their place in the fan zone with stadium-style seating, amazing views on huge screens, and we're underway. Lovely bit of dribbling there as she tackles the burger stack. Now they're getting down the wings. Sticky barbecue. Unbelievable. Oh, and he's hit the bar. And it's there. His favourite ice-cold beer. What a result.
Catch every game live in the Pub and Grill at Village. Get in. Find out more at villagehotels.com.
In 10 metres, take a left at the pile of washing.
Sorry, what?
At the Valley of Toy Dinosaurs, approach the kitchen with no room to cook. Turn right at the floordrobe. You've reached chaos. Recalculating. Suggest immediate course correction to IKEA for fitted wardrobes, children's storage and cupboard organisers.
Find your way back to calm. Discover smart storage at your local IKEA now. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
He's having a blinder. He's clipped the post. He's looking formidable. Then...
Substitution.
His game might be over, but yours isn't. With Betfair's Safe Sub, your bet simply rolls onto the player coming on. Playing a different league with Betfair.
Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Applies to singles, multiples and bet builder bets on qualified player outcome selections. Does not apply to odds boost. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18plusgambleaware.org.
The Philly cheese stack is back at McDonald's and it's still intensely cheesy. Imagine the cheesiest thing ever. They'll cover it in cheese. Add 2 beef patties, cheddar cheese sauce, crispy onions and even more cheese. The Philly cheese stack. Did we mention it's cheesy? Available until the 16th of March 2026 from 11 a.m. Fees apply to delivery orders. Price and participation may vary, subject to availability.
We all fantasize about our perfect home. Watching the big game cozied up in the snug. Balmy summer nights with the kids playing on the lawn.
We're playing round like football!
But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
Kick off live on TalkSport with Sky Sports. Stream a massive month of sport this February on Sky Sports with a Now Month membership. 18 plus. Stream our internet. Terms apply.
Coming soon, the 2026 FIFA World Cup live on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
That is a sensational goal!
48 teams, 39 days, 3 host countries, 1
Welcome to our audio
unbeatable.
This broadcast is not an official product of this competition.
Play them very soon. Both teams in their home strips, so Villa in claret and blue shirts and Brighton in their dark blue and white striped shirts. So both teams in their home strips, and we're just waiting for Peter Banks, the referee, to blow the whistle and to get tonight's Premier League game underway here in Birmingham. So it's going to be Brighton to get us kicked off. They'll be shooting from right to left as I see it, and Villa shooting from left to right from my perspective here. So we're just about to get underway. It's going to be Brighton to kick us off, and the referee's whistle goes. And we're now underway here at Villa Park. So Aston Villa versus Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League. Villa looking to get their confidence back here with a win at home. I think it's probably very unlikely now that they will be able to challenge for the title. Of course, Arsenal now firm favourites there, but of course for Villa, if they were to qualify for next season's UEFA Champions League, that would be a phenomenal season for Unai Emery's side. Whereas for Brighton, probably their own European ambitions probably have already come to an end. It's probably now just a case of trying to secure a top half finish for the Seagulls. So early throw-in for Brighton in a decent position on the right hand side. Watkins just getting in the way there for Villa. There'll be another throw-in for Brighton just inside Villa's own half here as Fabian Hürseler looks on. So throw-in taken from Brighton just on this right hand side. Gomez trying to get some space to cross the ball in. That's blocked by Ian Matson. And it'll now be another throw for Brighton, only around about 8 yards or so from the corner flag on the right hand side. It's going to be taken by Veltman. Now we've got another throw in for Brighton here, and that throw in not going anywhere. I think that might possibly be a foul throw. Yeah, it's a foul throw given there by Veltman. So it's now going to be Villa to take the throw with Matson on their left hand side. Matson starting ahead of Digne for tonight's game, and now Villa looking to go on the break here. Morgan Rogers, powerful run down the middle, is clearly brought down there by Baleba, and a yellow card there before we've even reached the 2 minutes mark. So that could be a significant moment in the game. So Baleba in the centre of Brighton's midfield shown a yellow card just before the 2 minute mark of this game for a cynical pull of Morgan Rogers' shirt there, which stopped Villa attack in its tracks. So referee laying down the law early here. Peter Banks, the man in the middle, and it's going to be Douglas Luiz to take the free kick for Villa. It's still quite a long way away from goal, and an opportunity to chip the ball towards the edges of the 18-yard area. So Luiz, on loan from Juventus, puts the ball into the area, but Konsa was the closest to getting on the end of it, but he still couldn't quite latch onto the ball, and it will go out for a goal kick for Verbruggen to take with his first touch of the game. So just coming up to 3 minutes gone in this match. No goals elsewhere in the other games that have kicked off at the exact same time. Brighton just playing the ball out from back here before going long, and Brighton just unable to keep the ball in despite Gomez's best efforts. Matson with a throw, looking to find Rogers right in the middle. Should be cleared away by Van Hecke. Just goes over the halfway line. Konsa will deal with it, and Konsa just sent to the ground there by Welbeck. I think not intentionally, just coming together there. Martinez will now just clear the ball away for Villa with his first touch. And Dunk, the Brighton skipper, is able to just knock possession back to Verbruggen, and Brighton start from scratch with their back line. Van Hecke to Veltman. Now about 10 yards over the halfway line. Brighton still on their right hand side here. Back to Van Hecke. Just goes into the centre circle now. 4 minutes gone Still goalless here between Villa and Brighton. Now Mitoma. Back to the Brighton defence with Van Hecke at the heart of the back line here. Brighton looking to build some territory here down this right-hand side. Cross comes into the area, but it's dealt with comfortably by Onana. Now cleared away by Villa's left-hand side of their defence. Looking to find Watkins with a long ball, but I think the referee has brought play back. It's actually going to be a throw-in for the visitors in a decent position, almost in line with the edge of the 18-yard box on Brighton's right wing. And a whole plethora of throw-ins deep down on this right-hand side. Now this throw comes in long this time. Headed away there by Onana, but the referee has already seen something and has blown the whistle. So it looks as if it's going to be a defensive free kick now for Villa. In fact, it looks as if it's a foul throw again. That's the second. That's bizarre. That's the second foul throw from Brighton, and this time it looks as if is it Veltman? Yeah, it was Veltman with the throw there. One of his left foot was over the line as he took the throw. And it's a foul throw. That's 2 foul throws that Brighton have done within the opening 5 minutes of this game. And just saw there on one of my monitors, Fabian Herzler with his hands over his face. Not best of omens there from Brighton. Ball just goes out of play, and it should be a defensive throw now for the Seagulls as we just approach the 6-minute mark. We're still waiting for our first opportunity of the game of any sorts here. And what is a big game for both teams, as we touched on earlier before in our intro. Villa, in their last 2 games, have not picked up a win. We're also on a run of 2 Premier League defeats in a row at home. That's a very rare drop in form at their home stadium. Villa now going on the break here. Luiz just in the middle of the pitch, about 40 yards away from the goal line. And to Mings. Luiz. Through ball into the middle. Now it's brought forward to Sancho, just on the right hand side. Knocks it back to Bogard. Onana. Now Villa picking up the ball with Sancho. Goes inside the area, could go for goal with his left foot, goes for goal, and it's a blocked effort there from the Brighton defence. And then Rodgers puts in an early delivery low down from the right flank, and it needs a hurried Brighton clearance there anywhere to just get the ball away from goal. And it's going to be a corner now then for Villa. And that's been the closest we've come to a goal so far then. It was Jadon Sancho with the initial effort, which was blocked, but it looked to be going on target. And then Rodgers was able to force a corner for the hosts. So it's the 8th minute now. We've got a corner from the right-hand side for the Villains. Looks as if it's going to be Luiz to take. No one around him, and he's going to take it right-footed. So out swinger into the 18-yard box. Goes straight out here to Villa's defence, just on the edge of the 18-yard box here. Now to Matson, about 20 yards out. Oh, and was looking to play in Mings towards his left, but just a misplaced pass. And it's going to be a throw-in a defensive area there for Brighton. As the game just drops a little bit in tempo again, as Brighton get us restarted here. So Villa with just the first couple of threats there. So we're still waiting for our first shot on target. Now a long ball from the Seagulls, right down the right-hand side, so threatening Villa's left-hand side of their defence. Contatc going back to Martinez. Martinez forced to clear the ball away quickly. Now Onana finds himself in possession. Back to Contatc, looking for support here. And it's just to find Matson. The ball comes off a Brighton player last, comes off Welbeck. And there'll be a goal kick for Emi Martinez to take. So just a reminder of the league table heading into this game. So Villa currently in 3rd position, and Brighton just struggling as of late in 14th place, as we touched on before. Just one Premier League win in their last 12 league games, so just a few voices of discontent aimed at Fabian Hürseler from Brighton fans for the first real time in the head coach's time at the Seagulls. But delivery comes in from Sancho from the right flank, takes a deflection before it's palmed away there by the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper needed to be alert there, because I think it was actually heading in towards the near post. So Villa had the ball on the right-hand side. Watkins just fed the ball into Sancho, just took a deflection off Kadioglu. And it's going to be a corner then for Villa from their right-hand side. And so this will be Villa's second corner of the game here. Again, another one from their right flank. We'll see what Villa can do with this latest set piece. Corner comes in, it's another out-swinger, but Brighton were able to clear their lines pretty quickly here. And now Mitoma going on, well, a bit of a mazy dribble here. He's gone about 50 yards. Now looking to play in one of his teammates here before Villa are able just to clear the ball away in the nick of time through Ian Maatsen. And so it'll be a throw to Brighton on their left flank. He was looking to play in Gomez there, who'd made a nice searching run in that final third. It was good defending from Maatsen. Just getting his foot in the nick of time there to stop Brighton from getting their first shot of the game. Probably the first real threat that Brighton have posed so far in this match. So throw comes in from Kadioglu. Now Villa can break here just inside their own half. Rogers just calmly plays the ball back to Onana. Best of passes there from Onana. Brighton can reclaim possession here with Baleba, but to Brighton's disbelief, the referee has awarded a free kick to Villa. Rogers going down. One of the Brighton players not particularly happy with that decision there by Peter Banks, the man in the middle for this evening's game. Let's have a look on my monitor here how exactly that came about. It was a challenge that came in from Jack Hinchelwood. Slightly late, but yeah, Hinchelwood not pleased at all with that decision. And Villa take the free kick now short inside their own half. Now with Luis, just plays the ball back to Martinez. Long distribution from the Argentinian World Cup winning keeper, looking to play the ball long. Now be met by the keeper in the other end of the pitch to Verbruggen. And it's from keeper to keeper here. Long distribution from Bart Verbruggen, and goes all the way straight back to Martinez. That's one of the best phases of play we've seen so far in this game. And Villa now will just play the ball out from the back here. Martinez to Mings. Goes back to Martinez inside his own 6-yard box. Took a little bit longer than necessary, and it almost allowed Brighton to have a very simple tap-in opportunity from very close range there. Martinez just a little bit too casual, but Villa got away with it. Possession back with Martinez now. Now it's the 13th minute of the game here. It's goalless in the other two Premier League games that kicked off at the exact same time. Now Crystal Palace versus Burnley has now got underway. I think that for one reason or another just got delayed by 10 minutes there. Not too sure why that didn't kick off at 7:30 as scheduled. And just a reminder, later on tonight at 8:15 PM UK time, it's Sunderland versus Liverpool at the Stadium of Light. Back here though at Villa Park, Welbeck just trying to maintain possession for Brighton, just inside Villa's half, but the Villains are able to claim the ball back here. Now with Martinez, just inside the D, playing the ball back to just inside his own 18-yard area. He's got Welbeck pressing him. Now Martinez will play forward to Mings. Now brought forward further by Luis, looking to play the ball in there. Manages to win possession back. And with Buendia. Buendia has just won Villa a free kick. Brighton player just kicked the ball away there. Needs to be careful because should normally be a bookable offence for deliberately kicking the ball away. I just wonder if Brighton are actually going to make an early substitution, because James Milner, veteran midfielder, is looking like he's getting ready to come on here. We're only a quarter of an hour into the game, but James Milner looking like he's beginning to get ready to come on, so interested to see who he's coming on for. I've not noticed any injury concerns for any of the Brighton players. The Villa now pressing down this left-hand side, inside Brighton's half. It's a header there, and it just goes off target. It was Ollie Watkins that managed to win a free header, but just didn't get the conviction that he wanted to there. Nice delivery that came in. But, yeah, just didn't quite get the conviction that he wanted to. And that'll be a goal kick for Bruggen to take for Brighton. And yeah, we'll just see him on my monitor here again. James Milner's receiving instructions from Brighton's coaching staff. So it does look like James Milner's going to come on probably a lot earlier than you would have anticipated for tonight's game. So we're still waiting to see who he'll come on for, because, like I say, I've not noticed any Brighton players with any injury concerns. And again, Emiliano Martinez just taking way too long to play the ball away, and he was so close to giving Brighton just such a simple opportunity to take the lead. That's twice now that Martinez has come desperately close to losing possession in an awful manner. He's just got to be careful, Martinez, because he's almost let Brighton, you know, gifting them a very comfortable lead, and a needless lead as well. So Martinez has just got to be careful when he's playing the ball out from the back here, because that's twice now that he's come incredibly close to losing possession in a very cheap manner. They've got away with it. Now Dunk takes the ball over the halfway line for Brighton. Mitoma takes the ball into the centre of play. Can play that. Now to Brighton's right hand side, just with Gross. Got some space here. Delivers the ball in from the right of centre. Looping header, and that will be claimed comfortably there by Martinez. And the goalkeeper just throws the ball out this time to Maatsen. Now to Mings. Maatsen again in Villa's left back position. Plays the ball out. Brighton now win back possession through Baleba. Looking for a through ball. Doesn't quite work out though. Now Brighton looking to play the ball into Mitoma. Villa will be equal to it. Bogard just knocks the ball back to Martinez, and Martinez wisely just goes long with that distribution this time out. But Brighton pitch the ball back into Villa's own 18-yard box. Ball comes off Mitoma last, and it'll be a throw for Bogard to take for Villa. And I just wonder if Brighton are going to make this substitution now. So yeah, it's the number 20 coming on, James Milner. So I think whenever the ball next goes out of play, we're going to see this very early substitution here for the Seagulls. But before that, Villa now on the break here. Ian Maatsen plays the ball into the centre to Buendia. On the overlap, Maatsen again looks to play the ball in early from the left-hand side. It's blocked by Van Hecker. Now runs back out to Buendia on the left wing. Now plays the ball into Onana. Goes for goal from long range from 25 yards out. Doesn't quite get the connection that he wants, and it can be dealt with pretty comfortably now by the Brighton defence. So we're still looking for our first shot on target in this game. Brighton haven't had a shot whatsoever at the moment. But Villa just with 3 shots, but still not on target. Louise, oh dearie me. Poor misplaced pass there from the midfielder. Of course, this is now his second spell at Villa. Back at Villa on loan from Juventus. So we now move into the 19th minute of the game here. And this game, well, not a classic so far, but just bubbling away. One of those where it just needs a goal really for this game to kick into life. And as Brighton now look to go onto the counter, just over the halfway line now, left of centre. Ball is played out to Mitama, receiving the ball from Kadioglu. Now back to Kadioglu on the overlap. Goes for a searching delivery there, but it's played comfortably by Martinez. Martinez will just take his time here. Just goes round Welbeck before he then distributes the ball. And Sancho wins possession, is able to dribble into the 18-yard area, goes for an early delivery, comes back out Sancho, then plays a nutmegged pass here, and then Rodgers goes for goal. It's initially blocked by Verbruggen, comes straight back out to Rodgers, who then blazes the ball wide. That was a nice little link-up play there between Sancho and Rodgers, and Martinez just geeing up the Villa support behind him, just trying to get everyone on Villa's side here. It's been a pretty slow start to this game, but just signs that Villa just getting into it a little bit more here. So it's a nice run, nice dribble there from Sancho, who has had a slow start to his time at Villa, but just within the last few games he has begun to settle in a little bit more. He's got his first ever goal for Villa fairly recently in the UEFA Europa League. Now possession back with Brighton. Hinchelwood to Van Hecke. Van Hecke again, just in the heart of the Brighton defence. Plays it back to Verbruggen. Now Van Hecke once more, just coming out of the 18-yard area here. Baleba, a pretty long, aimless central delivery, just goes straight out to Martinez. So whenever the ball next goes out of play, I can only assume that is when Milner will come on. He's been getting ready to come on for a little while. I'm intrigued to see who is going to be replacing here. So again, I've not seen any sign of an injury within the Brighton starting lineup. So I don't know if perhaps that very, very early booking from Carlos Baleba has played a part, maybe. If Baleba is coming on, we'll soon find out. But long ball here. Oh, and just as Ollie Watkins thinks is about to have an opportunity of, a chance of a one-on-one opportunity with the keeper, it's been deemed that Van Hecke was brought down, and so it's going to be a foul for Brighton, and a free kick for the Seagulls to take. And there we go then. So it was just what I touched on just a moment ago. It is Carlos Baleba that's coming off, and from what I could see, I couldn't see any injury that he'd picked up there. So I just wonder if that very early yellow card has played a decision. And well, Carlos Baleba sitting down in the dugout and just has his shirt over his head. So yeah, interesting decision there from Fabian Herzl. So James Milner has replaced Baleba very, very early on here. But again, like I said before, I did not notice any injury concerns there with Baleba. So I just wonder if that very early yellow card that he picked up in only the second minute of the game has played a part in Herzl already changing some things round. So just to confirm, Milner has replaced Baleba. Milner, of course, a former Aston Villa player. He was playing at Villa back when I was at university in my undergrad, so that tells you how long ago that was. So Villa now just breaking down the left-hand side of their defence, although play should now be stopped, as it looks like Buendia has gone down and is slamming the turf there with his left hand. I think we're about to see a card possibly dished out as well. Not sure who came in with that challenge on Buendia. Let's have a look here. Buendia, who was being brought down there by Veltman. I think Veltman did get the ball initially, but also went into the back of Buendia. And Joel Veltman, just for confirmation there, has received a yellow card. So that's Brighton's second booking of the game, as we just move past the midway point of the first half. You do just get the sense, just from Baleba's reaction, I mean, I can only go by his reactions here on the dugout, but it kind of feels to me that that was a tactical change there from Fabian Hürzeler. Can't see any evidence that it was anything in regards to an injury. So what seems to be a very early tactical change then from the Brighton head coach, and Baleba, it was an early end to his game, so he's been replaced by Milner. Long ball aimed up the top for Villa. Watkins trying to get on the end of it, but couldn't quite do so. And this is James Milner's. Wow, that's amazing. So I knew it was close, but he's making a bit of history here, James Milner. So this is now his 653rd Premier League appearance, and he now goes joint first in the all-time list of Premier League appearances. So a little bit of history being made there. James Milner now goes joint first in the all-time Premier League appearances stats. That's quite incredible. This is James Milner's 653rd Premier League appearance. Now that has come on here as a substitute in the first half. Quite extraordinary longevity. I remember when he made his first team debut back when he played for Leeds United. Absolutely remarkable that he's still playing at the elite level of the game. Back to Martinez then. Hurried clearance this time. Now to Dunk, just on the halfway line. Plays the ball in down the right hand side. Just a little opportunity here for Brighton. Early delivery is cleared away, headed away rather by Mings. Now with Luiz, who's just coming under a lot of pressure inside his own 18-yard box. Spreads the ball out wide and right to Bogard. Now Onana just gets ahead of Gross. Mings to Villa's left-hand side with Matson. Just behind the halfway line as we move into the 27th minute of the game. Still 0-0 between Villa and Brighton. There has been a goal at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City have taken the lead at home against Fulham, so it's Manchester City 1, Fulham 0. Semenyo with the opening goal there after 24 minutes. Still goalless between Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers, but there has also been an early goal at Sellers Park. It's Crystal Palace 1, Burnley 0, and Strand Larsen with the goal there. So Strand Larsen scoring following Wharton assist. So Palace 1-0 up at home against Burnley. Just a break in play here at Villa Park. Douglas Luiz just being spoken to by the referee, Peter Banks. Just in terms of the stats then, so Villa have had 6 shots, 1 on target. That came from Morgan Rogers. That provided a decent block there from Verbruggen. Brighton just with the 1 shot, none on target. At Villa, even though it's not been, a side littered with clear-cut opportunities, Villa have been the most threatening team so far. Still a long way to go. Ball now spread out to Bogard on the right flank, on the halfway line, and plays the ball up to Watkins. Watkins on this right flank just goes inside the 18-yard box, but just takes a heavy touch, and Dunk is able to shield the ball out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Verbruggen to take. But, I guess just a little bit of pressure on Villa on this game. As we touched on before, currently on a run of 2 Premier League defeats in a row at home. They've lost 1-0 both times in those games to Everton and Brentford. Really disappointing defeats there, especially as Villa have an exceptional home record under Unai Emery since he took over. And Villa will just need to, certainly be aiming to get 3 points just to, get a bit of momentum back. We'll run through the next games for both of these sides in due course. It's going to be a free kick for Villa after an offside. So Contatc takes in the heart of the Villa defence, goes short. Now Luiz plays the ball into Rogers. Rogers was looking to play the ball further up top there, but that was good defending from the Seagulls. Now Onana commits to a tackle, misses the ball. Villa just getting stretched a little bit here. Now Brighton with Gomez on the right flank. Plays the ball out to Mitoma on this left-hand side. Under pressure from Bogard. Now plays back to Kadioglu. Dunk, every Brighton outfield player now just inside Villa's half. Just coming out of the centre circle. Back to Dunk, the Brighton skipper. Half an hour played. Still waiting for this game to really kick into action. At the moment, it's been a fairly drab encounter so far. Now with Mitoma on this left-hand side, puts in onto his right foot here. And now James Milner on the ball, but I think Milner was just given us offside there by the assistant referee. And it's going to be a free kick to Villa in a defensive position on their right-hand side. I can let you know there's been another goal at the Etihad Stadium. It's now Manchester City 2, Fulham 0. O'Reilly with the second goal there, so Semenyo and O'Reilly with the first half goals so far for Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium over the Cottagers. Still goalless between Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Villa on the break now though, back at Villa Park. Rodgers in possession, plays the ball onto the right hand side for Sancho to collect. Sancho plays the ball into Rodgers again. Rodgers looking to play the ball across the face of goal, and he's able to force a clearance there from Dunk, and it's going to be a corner for the hosts from their right hand side once again. Again, good link up play between Sancho and Rodgers, the two England internationals, both looking and hoping to be in the World Cup squad, selected by Thomas Tuchel ahead of this summer's FIFA World Cup. And it's going to be Douglas Luiz to take the corner for Villa. Again, no one around him, so out swinger, comes out to Sancho. Sancho pitches the ball in towards the far post and comes off a Villa player last. It's come off Konsa. He couldn't steer his header on target. Drifts wide, and it's going to be a goal kick for Bruggen to take. As we now move into the 32nd minutes of the game. There's also a few games taking place in the Scottish Premiership as well. Of course, we've got probably the most exciting title race in Scotland, north of the border, that we've seen in possibly decades. Celtic are currently 1-0 up at home against Livingston, but we'll come back onto those a little bit later. Maatsen plays the ball into Sancho in the centre. Sancho receives the ball from Watkins, but Brighton's defence are able to clear their lines, but the ball falls straight at the feet there of Konsa inside the centre circle. Mings plays the ball quickly up Villa's left-hand side. It will be guarded though by Gomez, just ahead of Maatsen. Gomez plays the ball out, but goes back into Villa's favour. Onana, Mings, quick passing here from the hosts. Konsa just to the left of the centre circle, inside Brighton's half. And Villa looking to play the ball into Rodgers. They get a second bite of the cherry. Amadou Onana goes for goal, but that goes a long, long way over the bar. Still gets encouraging applause there from Unai Emery. Villa's approach just getting a little bit better, but we're not really seeing any end product from either side yet in this game. So just coming back to where we were in terms of the Scottish Premiership, it's currently goalless between Falkirk and Dundee. It's currently Kilmarnock 0, St Mirren 1, and it's still goalless between Motherwell and Rangers. Of course, last night in a huge Edinburgh derby, Hearts got a vital 1-0 win at home against their arch rivals Hibernian to keep their title hopes very much going. Like here at Villa Park, Sancho to Bogard. Now Bogard with a quick 1-2 with Onana. Back to Onana on the right-hand side of centre, about 30 yards away from the goal line. Now Mings is coming towards the 18-yard area, getting support here from Maatsen. Maatsen looking to go past a couple of Brighton players, just runs out of space. There's going to be a goal kick for Bruggen to take. So again, still just waiting for this game to kick off. Villa have had plenty of shots. They've had 9, but a lot of them have been fairly speculative attempts, so only one has actually been on target and has forced Verbruggen into action. Brighton with just only 1 shot overall, and that wasn't on target, producing an XG of only 0.02. Villa with an XG of 0.45 so far in these opening 35 minutes here. So Contatc just receives the ball from Martinez as Villa start from scratch then. Back to Mings. Martinez. Contatc. Goes further to his right hand side. Needs a bit more support though. He's working there, so he's penning himself into danger here. Villa have just got to be careful, and they've managed to win themselves a free kick. Contatc just played himself into a bit of trouble there. Now he's gone down. He was caught just a little bit late there by a Brighton player. Contatc just getting brought back up to his feet now by Danny Welbeck. Look exactly how that happened. I think Welbeck just, I don't think intentionally at all, just left the foot in. And Contatc is back up on both feet. We'll just wait for this game to resume here. Just tell you that Rangers have now taken the lead away at Motherwell, so it's now Motherwell 0, Rangers 1 in the SPL. And Villa back in possession then, just inside their own half at Villa Park. Mings back to Martinez. 36 minutes gone, still Villa 0, Brighton 0. Ball goes long from Martinez, trying to find Maatsen on the left hand side, but it's cleared away by Gomez, so it's going to be a throw in for Villa. Just a reminder, we've had 2 bookings so far in this game. They've both gone to Brighton. They've gone to Baleba and Veltman, but I can only assume the yellow card, the very early yellow card picked up by Baleba, ended up seeing him taken off. I think it was a tactical decision by Fabian Herzl, so he was replaced by James Milner midway through the first half, which has seen James Milner equal the record of Premier League appearances, which has now moved up to 653 Premier League appearances. Quite remarkable. Now a foul conceded by Villa, so Brighton have won a set piece here, just over the centre circle. Foul committed by Luiz. Let's have a look exactly how that happened there. Welbeck was on the ball, getting ahead of Buendia. And then Buendia actually that committed the foul, just left a foot in there in error, just catching Welbeck. Welbeck still down on the turf as well. And we're just waiting for this game to continue. Just wondering if Welbeck might just need some treatment here. He's now being brought up to his feet though by Jan-Paul van Hekke. And he should be okay to continue. The England international. Of course, some calls for Danny Welbeck to possibly be included in the FIFA World Cup squad. He's scored 8 goals so far this season in the Premier League. It's the Seagulls' top goal scorer in the league at this stage this season. And so we're just waiting for the set piece to be taken here by the visitors. So just over the centre circle, so we're talking about 40 yards away from the goal line, but it's going to be taken by Pascal Gross. So Gross goes towards the far post, I think, trying to find Lewis Dunn, but he's won a corner. There's a glancing header that came off from Onana. And so it's going to be a corner for Brighton on their left-hand side, and it's going to be Brighton's first corner of the game. Can Brighton cause a bit more of a threat from a set piece, because they've still only had 1 shot so far. So the corner is going to be taken by Pascal Gross on this left-hand side. Going towards the 40th minute now. A lot of pushing and shoving here between Dunk and Luiz. And a little bit farcical there, pushed and shoving between them. Now the referee coming between the players to have a word, just to tell them it's getting a bit silly and to have no more of it. So still continuing though between Louise and Dunk, and now Louise has gone down to the turf here, claiming that he's been hit in the arm by Dunk. I've got to be honest, this is pretty farcical, it has to be said. It's absolutely something of nothing here. I think Louise has just gone down as if to try and make a point rather than he's actually been hurt. So still waiting for this corner to be taken. We'll have to keep an eye on what happens between Dunk and Louise, but corner comes in and that's a really good take and claim there from Emi Martinez. Oh, and Martinez has just got to be careful here. Martinez almost, coming very, very close there, face to face between Martinez and Van Hecker. Now a few more players are getting involved. It's just suddenly got a bit feisty, this game. Martinez then wags his finger at Van Hecker, and Van Hecker is having to be pulled back by a couple of Brighton players to make sure that he doesn't do anything he regrets there towards Martinez. But both heads came together, and the referee has now got the yellow card out here. But I think in the end, both Van Hecker and Martinez just refrained from going too far, but they're still going to get a booking apiece. So Van Hecker has got a yellow card, and so has Emi Martinez. All a bit silly. In fact, everything to do with that corner kick was pretty daft, to be honest. So Martinez was trying to get ahead of a few players to distribute the ball quickly. Van Hecker got in the way. Martinez with a little bit of a push, and then the heads came towards each other. But no headbutts was attempted, so that's why no red card was shown. But just got a little bit feisty then, this game. And now Van Hecker's gone down as a long ball came in, as if Watkins committed the foul. Watkins pleading his innocence to Peter Banks, the referee. So yeah, it's just suddenly got quite tasty, this game. But just confirmation then from that incident 90 seconds ago. Martinez, the Villa goalkeeper, has a yellow card, as has Van Hecker. Just seeing there, Van Hecker did get caught there by a stray elbow from Ollie Watkins. Just wonder if does Watkins see the yellow card as well? Don't think he has, so I think he's escaped a booking there. Quite easily have found himself with a yellow card to his name though. So we get started again. Brighton with a long ball from inside their own half. Now to Mitoma. Has to find Milner inside the 18-yard box, but it's a heavy touch from the former England international. The ball is claimed by Martinez. So around about 2.5 minutes to go before we find out how much stoppage time there will be before we head into the interval. Villa with a long ball. Now they'll spread the play to the right-hand side, well inside Brighton's own half. Now it's collected by Sancho. Sancho looking to take on his man. That's well defended there by Kadioglu. Kadioglu with a pretty aimless delivery down the centre though. Just goes to Konsa, and he'll play it back to Martinez. I can tell you there's been some more goals in tonight's Premier League game fixtures. It's now Manchester City 3, Fulham 0. Erling Haaland with Man City's third, so that follows on from earlier goals from Semenyo and O'Reilly. So Manchester City seemingly cantering towards a very comfortable victory there. Crystal Palace are now 2-0 up at home against Burnley, and Strand Larsen has scored again. So Strand Larsen has now got a brace in that game tonight at Selhurst Park as Burnley's miserable season continues, and it's still goalless between Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Brighton now playing the ball out from the back then. Van Hecker just racing ahead of Watkins before trying to play a looped ball down the middle. Villa will counter though. Plays the ball up top. Manages to find Watkins. He's got Rodgers in support. Sancho is also in the 18-yard area. Watkins still has the ball. He's got about 3 Brighton players ahead of him though. Now with Louise. Now kept in play by Rodgers on the left-hand side. Rodgers brings the ball up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Buendia will go for goal. It's deflected and it just goes wide. And that is the closest we've come to a goal here in this first half. Buendia's shot definitely took a deflection and it just sent it only very narrowly past the post there. Let's have a look from a reverse angle. I think it just came off the number 34, Veltman. It was very, very close indeed. We're talking about a yard wide of the post. And it is a corner, and it's going to be Louise to take for Villa on their left-hand side. In swinger then, that comes in, aimed at the far post, tries to find Mings. He can't reach it, and Brighton will just allow the ball to go out for a throw-in. Coming together there between Veltman and Mings. And we're going to see 3 minutes of added on time here. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time before we go into the intervals. We still await the first goal of the match between Villa and Brighton. Still goalless here at Villa Park in Birmingham. Overthrow now for Brighton. Maybe Kadioglu to take. Throwing comes in now. Kadioglu with a pretty woeful clearance there. It was a slice and half, but Brighton get away with it. Now they'll clear their lines properly. The ball just runs out to Mings on the halfway line. Goes past one Brighton player, looking to go past another. Can't do so, but he's just managed to win his side a throw. Ball came off Gomez last. Throwing comes in quickly. Onana. And to Buendia. Free kick. Buendia takes very, very quickly. Villa just trying to build some momentum here. Ball now played to Watkins, but Watkins and Rodgers just get their wires crossed and they lose the ball. So just under 2 minutes to go then of stoppage time. Can either of these sides find a very late first half goal to edge ahead and in front before we reach the interval? 90 seconds to go. Ball now with Contatc. It's been pressed by Welbeck. Now, not been a great half, it has to be said. The closest we've seen was that strike 2 minutes ago by Emi Buendia. Just took a tiny deflection and it sent it only about a yard wide of the post. But now Villa could possibly break here though. Louise plays the ball into the edge of the 18-yard area. Rodgers goes for the pass immediately, but it just goes straight to the keeper. And sums this game up at the moment. There's not really been all that much quality in the final third of this game. So less than a minute to go for Bruggen. We'll go long here. Plays the ball in. Glancing header. Mitoma tries to keep the ball, runs out to Contatc, but then Villa struggle to keep possession. Then Welbeck goes for the goal very quickly, but it's pretty much straight into the gloves of
penalty area. Come out and smack that clear. They did exactly. Ball just played back through Alderete, curved out towards the right hand side. It was a poor pass that Siddiqui stood little chance of being able to get on, and now Liverpool will be able to get a touch of the ball in Sunderland territory as Robertson plays it behind square for Alexis McAllister. Van Dijk and Contatc have both come forward. In fact, only Alisson inside his own half at the moment for Liverpool, with Alexis McAllister in possession. Virgil van Dijk has it. 4.5 minutes gone, and it's still 0-0. Another goal at Palace. Alex Crook.
And one back for Burnley. Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 1. This is a really good finish, right-footed. It flashed beyond Dean Henderson at his near post. Hannibal Medjbury is the scorer. Palace 2, Burnley 1.
First of the season for the Tunisian. The ball swept inside the Sunderland penalty area. And Roos punches it clear emphatically. And Alexis McAllister picks it up and goes back for Contatc inside his own half. 5 gone, 0-0.
Yeah, and like I said, they wouldn't sustain that high pressure. Salah's trying to get in behind Reinildo.
He hasn't been able to do that. He has been able to get the ball and just backing into Reinildo for a moment. An excellent ball retention. Played it out towards Endo and then worked back towards Van Dijk.
And that's more like what we'll expect for a lot of the game, is Liverpool to have that possession.
Contatc coming to meet a ball fired forward. Reinildo gets that clear. But again, Liverpool can come back with it with Florian Wirtz. Back from him to Ryan Gravenberch in the midfield. 1-1 when the two sides at last met. Live on TalkSport in the first week of December, when Shamsdeen Talbi gave Sunderland the lead and Mukiel put through his own net to make it 1-1. Liverpool bringing it forward here with Florian Wirtz win there. First corner of the night.
Yeah, it was lovely ball in to Salah's feet from Gravenberch. On the half turn was challenged, but there was Wirtz to pick up the loose pass and try and find his forward teammate Contatc in the box to win a corner.
Corner that Liverpool will take on their right flank. Gravenberch waiting in the D on the edge of the penalty area. Wirtz is there as well. Contatc stands at the far post inside the 6-yard box. Gakpo, hands on hips by the penalty spot. McAllister just trying to wriggle his way clear, makes his way into the 6-yard box. It's flashed in, handed away by Dan Ballard out to the far touchline. Wirtz with all the time to run round it, bring it back under possession. And another ball is swept forward. Contatc going up for it. Van Dijk got there first and guides it on. Cody Gakpo making a run in past him, but it just fell behind him and goes through to Robin Roofs in fluorescent orange. Away to our left. They have failed to score in 5 of their last 11 games, Sunderland, but only Manchester City have kept a clean sheet here this season in this remarkable home record, which is now 14 strong, just going back into last season. You may remember that Regis Lebris completely changed his team. Sunderland knowing they were going to be in the playoffs about a month out from the end of the regular season. And so the reserves, or a much changed side, played for many of the last few games. They actually lost the last 3 home games of the regular championship season. And on the front foot here as the ball is played over the top, probably just misjudged the bounce as it came down on the edge of the penalty area and then leapt over his shoulder and through towards Alisson. Made the early run, and they just couldn't quite find him. He's been in wonderful form. Brian Brobby, 3 goals in his last 6 Premier League games, and has developed a reputation of being a real nuisance.
And again, that was evidence with the running behind Contatc. I tell you what, if he'd have judged the flight there, he could have taken that down, turned, and had a chance against Alisson, 1v1. Just didn't judge the flight. Not easy here. Weather, rain, wind, you name it, we've had it and still got it, and it's difficult sometimes to judge that flight.
Yeah, it is a typical wintry northeast night. The wind coming in off the sea, only half a mile away from here. A very awkward swirling breeze. Here's Andy Robertson for Liverpool, 0-0 in the early stages still. We played 8.5 minutes. Back for Cody Gakpo, curves the ball inside the penalty area. Reinildo heads that away. And then Contatc with a speculative long-range effort from fully 35 yards out. And he goes high and wide of Robin Roof's left-hand post.
Yeah, it's a brilliant clearance from Contatc to ease the pressure for Sunderland. And look, they've had no problem actually scoring here at the stadium of Light Sunderland, so that's something Liverpool have to be wary of. They will sit deep for long periods and you think you're safe, and then they will have these bursts of in terms of the energy and the counter-attacks and the momentum that they can build for that.
Andy Robertson slides one forward. Robin Roofs comes out and claims it, and another goal at Selhurst Park. Alex Crook.
Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 2. Jadon Anthony with his 6th goal of the season. A fine finish from the edge of the area into the bottom corner after using Jefferson Lerma as a shield. But this might be chalked off, Jim. I think Leslie Agachukwu handled in the build-up. But the referee, I think, has given the goal 2-2.
So 10 minutes in, here, 0-0, 2-2. Coming up for half-time in that delayed kickoff, 7:40. Because of traffic congestion. Long ball forward through the middle from Allison. Roos comes out of his penalty area and pings it back at him. It didn't get anything like the distance. That really illustrated the strength of the wind here, and it's predominantly in Liverpool's favour in this first half. Good defending from Sunderland. They get it back for Roofs again, who can then clear towards halfway. So that goal standing at Selhurst Park, 2-2. Burnley looking for a first league win in 17 since the end of October. Wirtz turning neatly, flicking it in towards Salah. Back from him to Gravenberch. Alexis McAllister's quickly on the scene. Andy Robertson's been recalled tonight, has it? Scotsman playing it down towards Cody Gakpo, who will run towards the edge of the penalty area, then flash it across the edge of the box. Gravenberch poking it in, it's cleared. Comes out for McAllister. Now Van Dijk down towards the bleached blonde hair of Ugo Ekitike on the Liverpool left. Number 22 making his way in. Is that taking a deflection off Mukiel? No, it hasn't. Ekitike's the last touch. It's out of play for a goal kick, and it's still 0-0.
And as you would imagine, they are one of the best teams in terms of backing up your defensive partner. If you get past one of these Sunderland players, there is always one waiting behind. They've been so good at that. And Liverpool top for average possession this season in the Premier League, but when you watch them, so often it's Van Dijk to Contatc into Gravenberch and back, and they found it hard going at times to actually create and break down teams when they sit deep.
Yeah, I don't think they're top for telling possession, which is a statistic that hasn't yet been invented, but you understand what I mean. Easy at times for sides to spray the ball around the horseshoe 25 yards outside the penalty area. Clash of heads here involving Contatc and Brobby. Both players are okay. They're back on their feet. And another goal at Selhurst Park. Crookie.
What on earth is happening here? Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 3. This is going to go down as an own goal off Maxence Lacroix as a corner. Bashir Humphreys with the header, and the goalkeeper, in fact, Henderson, has pushed it against Jefferson Lerma. It's a Lerma own goal from 2-0 down. Palace 2, Burnley 3.
And that's 3 goals in about 6.5 minutes for Burnley there. Coming into the game on the back of 2 straight defeats, 1 win in 17 in League and Cup, and 3-2 up at Selhurst Park, having been 2-0 down 5 minutes before half-time. In the National League, Hartlepool have equalised at York. Reece McNally, throw to Liverpool here. Taken by Andy Robertson, not too far away from the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. Chanceless, pretty much here at the Stadium of Light so far. Robertson getting it back for Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk inside the centre circle for Contatc. Contatc with an excellent ball forward. And Roos came out to try and deal with it. He wouldn't have been able to. Reinildo got it away from in front of him and Salah. And then Brobby trying to hold it up has done really well. The Sunderland number 9 over on the far touchline there left. Now they'll bring the ball forward. Poked away again by the retreating Contatc, and Endo can turn it forward, but a little bit too high for Salah. And that will see the ball fall for Reinildo. He gets the ball at his feet, the Mozambican international. And then Siddiqui calms things down in the heart of the midfield and gets it wide towards Dan Ballard.
Yeah, another terrific signing. Reinildo, the left back, started brilliantly against Salah, who I think it's encouraging to see him making that run more often rather than staying really wide, looking to run on the blind side of the full-back. Reinildo's been excellent so far in managing his angles and making sure he's got there first.
Mukiel trying to bring the ball forward for Sunderland. Suspicion that it possibly hit his hand on the way through. A possession turnover quickly anyway, and then Salah drops it back for Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. Half-time now at Selhurst Park. Alex Crook.
Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 3. Palace 2 up and cruising after Jurgen Strand-Larsen scored twice on his home debut. But what a comeback from Burnley. 3 goals in the space of 7 minutes. Hannibal with the first, Jadon Anthony the second, and then a comical own goal from Jefferson Lerma. Palace 2, Burnley 3.
And a stinging reaction, I'm sure, from the Palace faithful as the two sides went off. That on the back, of course, of them beating fierce rivals Brighton at the weekend. Forest Green have equalised at Rochdale coming up the half-time through Kyle McAllister. Big game at the top of the National League tonight. Sunderland bringing the ball forward in Liverpool territory, about 15, 20 yards or so inside the Reds' half. Ball back for Siddiqui. Siddiqui working it forward towards Dan Ballard. Got a wonderful record, Sunderland, when Siddiqui and Xhaka start games together, which that hasn't happened very often recently because of AFCON. And then Xhaka's injury. Enzo Lefebvre yet to really see too much of the action alongside Siddiqui in the heart of the midfield tonight. Greg Kilty equalising for Kilmarnock at home to St Mirren, 1-1 coming at the half-time. As Ballard plays it forward down the side of the Liverpool penalty area, but Robertson put the brakes on quickly enough to be able to shepherd the ball over the line. Out of play for a goal kick. You listen to Sunderland Liverpool on Talk Sport with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with Now, you can stream the Premier League flexibly with a Now Sports Day or month membership, 18 plus, stream via internet. Terms apply.
Well, we talked about Endo on the right-hand side. Andy Robertson coming in for Kirkesh. And Gakpo on this side. Will be interesting with the way that Trey Hume plays that position as a right wing-back slash midfielder slash right-back. Because what they do is, he drifts away and then Mukiele just raids down the right as he is now. Just worked to Nordi Mukiele, who's a ball inside the penalty area, just split the gap between Brobby and Angulo. And Siddiqui picking up the loose ball in the midfield, happy to go back for Robin Roofs. I mean, it is very fluid, depending on which website, Football Stats website you use. Some will watch the game and say it's a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1. Others will say it's 5-3-2. It depends on the amount of possession. Hume now, the most advanced of the Sunderland outfield players, has just got himself between Van Dijk and Robertson, but there's no ball coming in for him, and in fact it's worked all the way back for Robin Roofs at the other end. Yeah, and as Brad Pitt said to his scouts in Moneyball, you don't know. You don't know. Because honestly, you don't. It's incredible, this Sunderland formation and how it works and where Trey Hume plays, and then how the back three turns into a 2 and then a 1, and then Siddiqui's in the centre-back position, and Diarra's a centre-forward, and Enzo Lefebvre's then a number 6, and then a number 10. Honestly, that's how much it starts to rotate, especially when they do have the ball. It's brilliant to watch, and it is impeccably coached. But that much is clear. And Liverpool will bring it forward again, but lose out again to Siddiqui. Ballard inside the centre circle. He rolls his studs over the top of the yellow ball. And sees Hugo Ekitike out of the corner of his eye. And plays it back for Robin Roofs. And Kilmarnock have turned it around. 2 goals in 3 minutes coming up to half-time at Rugby Park, with Tyrese John Jules has put them ahead against St Mirren. Forward towards Angulo, and he can bring the ball down, and now can drive. Plays the ball out to Mukiele. First time ball in from him. Brobby coming to meet it. They got across Contatc, but couldn't get a shot in. Mukiele has it again. Tried to dig it inside the penalty area. Van Dijk deals with that, stretches out a right boot to clear, and it's a Sunderland throw. And what a great example that was. All of a sudden, the rotation of the players, Mukiele is totally free on the right-hand side. Brilliant ball in. This is such terrific defending, because Brobby gets just a head start to Contatc. He can't see the ball. He just puts his right thigh out, Contatc. Gets a brilliant block, or else that really would have tested Alisson.
Welcome to our audio commentary coverage. This broadcast is not an official product of this competition.
for our live audio commentary coverage. We're just moments away from the start of the second half here at Villa Park for this Premier League game between Aston Villa and Brighton and Hove Albion, where it's currently 0-0. So currently goalless here. Not too much to report really from that first half. Closest that we came to a goal probably came from 20-yard strike from Emi Buendia that just took the tiniest deflection, which sent the ball just a yard or two wide of the post. But other than that, not really much in the way of clear-cut chances. Brighton made a substitution very early on in the game, where Carlos Baleba was taken off after only 22 minutes, and it wasn't to do with an injury. It was a tactical switch after Baleba was shown a booking after only 2 minutes played, and he was replaced by James Milner, who is now level with Gareth Barry in the amount of Premier League appearances. They're now joint first with 653 Premier League appearances. Absolutely extraordinary achievement there from James Milner. So we've just got the second half underway then between Villa and Brighton in Birmingham, and Villa now shooting from right to left as I see it, Brighton shooting from left to right, both sides in their home strips. Villa in claret and blue shirts, Brighton in blue and white stripes, and Martinez just plays the ball out to Mings. So it doesn't look as if either Unai Emery or Fabian Hürzeler has made a substitution at the interval. So Brighton have 4 more subs that they can make, and Villa with still a full allotment of 5. Now Sancho, just going 10 yards over the halfway line, drifts into the centre, just looking for his best option here. Now plays the ball out to his right hand side, finds Onana. Tries to play a through ball in the middle to play in Sancho, but just can't quite reach him. Now Welbeck holds the ball up nicely. Now Brighton looking to go on the break very, very quickly here. Mitoma will go for goal here, and it's curled just wide of the target. That's easily Brighton's best opportunity of this game so far, and it's come only 2 minutes after the interval there. Nice team move, very quick passing here. Good holding up the ball there from Welbeck, and a pass was played in for Mitoma. Goes into the 18-yard box, cuts onto his right foot, curling effort, not too far wide of the post there, and it had Martinez sprawling to his left-hand side, but in the end, the ball going off target. But easily, I would say, Brighton's best opportunity of the match so far, and hopefully it's just a sign that we might just see a bit more of an open affair in this second half, because as we touched on, it was a fairly cagey first half which didn't really see much action. Maatsen on Villa's left hand side now drifts into the centre here, but Villa lose possession in the centre of midfield. Long ball played down from Brighton, it's met by Martinez just outside the D. Now Luiz plays a long ball up top here, finds Rodgers just inside the 18-yard box on the left-hand side. Rodgers has 2 Brighton players around him. Rodgers looking for his best option, goes for a pass, but it's blocked immediately by Van Hecke. But Villa restore possession. Onana from 25 yards, that's blazed over the bar. Certainly be discussed frequently how Villa really outperformed their XG. They've scored a lot of long-range goals this season, but that one, not one of the better long-range efforts there from Amadou Onana. And Unai Emery's facial expression tells you everything there. Not, I think he was overly impressed with that effort. So 5 minutes in then, into this second half, we're still waiting our first goal of the game. Still Villa 0, Brighton 0 at Villa Park. Just a reminder of the other score lines elsewhere, because there's other games taking place in the Premier League. So elsewhere it's Manchester City 3, Fulham 0, and that kicks off at the same time as this Villa-Brighton game. Morgan Rodgers, by the way, has just received a yellow card just for late coming together there. So Morgan Rodgers is now in a booking for Villa. Goalless between Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers. And, well, I had to double check this because I couldn't quite believe it. There's been a remarkable turnaround at Selhurst Park. I can't quite believe what I'm reading here. The last time we gave you an update, Crystal Palace were 2-0 up at home against Burnley. And incredibly, the half-time score is Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 3. Mejbri in the 40th minute, Anthony in the 44th minute, and then a stoppage time own goal from Lerner remarkably sees Burnley 3-2 up at the interval. That's quite extraordinary. And after 26 minutes played, it's still goalless between Sunderland and Liverpool. Back here though at Villa Park, Martinez just plays the ball out of his 18-yard box. Maatsen can't latch onto the ball though. Brighton with back possession. Gross now to Veltman, who's one of the players on a booking. Back to Van Hecker. From the middle of the centre circle, plays out to Dunk. Dunk's gone about 30 yards here. Just to give some support on his left hand side. Finds Mitoma. Now to Kadioglu. Early delivery played in from the left flank, but it's cleared away by the Villa defence. It's going to be Dunk to take the throw in then for Brighton. In fact, it's actually given the ball now to Kadioglu. To Mitoma. That's gone straight to Louise. Louise goes down, I think expecting a free kick. I don't think it's been given now by Peter Banks, the referee. Louise not particularly happy with that, but Villa take the throw in quick. Now to Mings. Square pass to his right hand side. Konsa. Louise again, and just going over the halfway line. He's got a little bit of space to work into here. Plays the ball to his left, finds Mings. Going for a through ball, trying to find Buendia, but no one there. It's hard at the moment for Villa to try and break Brighton down. They've got plenty of possession in their defence, but very rarely is it ended up translating into a decent opportunity for Villa at the other end. Louise just taking the ball just out of the centre circle now. Now onto the right hand side, Bogart just linking up nicely there. Bogart again. Now back to Louise. To Louise again, just on the halfway line. Just Villa just being pressed back quite well by Brighton. Certainly been very organised from the Seagulls, as we mentioned before. They're on a poor run of form, only one league win in their last 12 league games, and it's seen Brighton go down to 14th. In this reverse fixture, Villa ended up beating Brighton away from home at the American Express Stadium. Sancho, I think, thinks he's won a corner there for Villa. It's not worked out though. It's going to be a goal kick for Verbruggen to take. No, it's actually a free kick that is given away just before the byline, so it's going to be a free kick from a very defensive position for the Seagulls. So just a reminder of the substitutes on offer for both teams. So on the bench for Villa tonight, they've got Bailey, Abraham, Barkley, Bizot, Digne, Torres, Lindelof, Wright and Alisson. And still available on the bench for Brighton, Boscani, Kuiper, Howell, Costellas, Minte, O'Reilly, Ruter and Steele. Now into the 54th minute, long ball played in from Brighton. Welbeck looking to try and get on the end of it here. He's just managed to win the race, but he's just had to hold the ball back. Now plenty of Villa bodies back inside their own box, but the delivery comes in from Brighton from their left-hand side. Villa still haven't cleared their lines properly yet as a long-range shot comes in and it comes back off the crossbar, and that is the closest we've come to the deadlock being broken here. It was a wicked 25-yard shot there from Brighton. It crashes back off the bar, and will that just kick this game into life here as a Brighton player goes down? He's been shoved over by Louise. And I think Douglas Luiz can probably expect to see a yellow card coming his way here. I think it was Ferdi Kadioglu that went for the strike there. Must have been around 25 yards out. Let's have a look here. probably in between 20 and 25 yards, and he went for goal, right-footed, one attempt. Oh, and I think that's actually an amazing save from Martinez. He just gets his fingertips onto the ball to tip the ball onto the bar, and I think that is actually on target. That will actually have to go down as a shot on target there from Kadioglu, and that's actually a remarkable save from Martinez to actually tip the ball onto the bar, onto the woodwork, and that is the closest we've come to the deadlock being broken. And again, hopefully it's just a sign that the second half will be a lot more of an open affair than what the first half was. You get the feeling that this first goal is going to be absolutely crucial in this game, and that's a poor pass though from Martinez. Doesn't find Minks, and it's a cheap throw to give away. It's going to be taken by Gross on this right hand side. Kind of sums up Martinez's season. Those last 2 minutes, he's still capable of making incredible saves like the one he's just done, but then he can really let himself down by some poor passes out from the back. So it looks as if it's going to be a long throw from Gross. Long looping throw, comes off Mings. Can Villa prevent a corner? Yes, they have. It's well played out by Buendia. The ball just runs out to Kadioglu. And it's Hinchelwood with nearly delivery from the... Gross with nearly delivery from the right-hand side. Just goes straight to the keeper. You just get the sense that Brighton have got a bit of momentum behind them now, and Villa just... They don't look like they've got many options here. There's just no real sign of creativity at the moment from Villa. Just look flat at the moment. And Brighton do, though, have a bit of momentum behind them. Van Hecke plays the ball into Gross, just inside the 18-yard box, but it's claimed easily by Martinez. Now, can Brighton strike while the fire is hot here? Because they've definitely just got a bit of momentum in this game. And they make that pressure count, though, as Villa, well, just look very flat at the moment. I do still get the feeling, by the way, that they do miss Daniel Marlon. He's now gone to Roma in Serie A for the rest of this season on loan, but I've covered a few Villa games over the past 12 months, and I've always been impressed by Daniel Marlon every time he's played for Villa. Obviously he's no longer available to them, but of course Tammy Abraham has returned to Villa to add some firepower to Villa's forward line, so he is available on the bench, Tammy Abraham. Now Villa playing the ball across the face of goal there from Morgan Rogers, but it's straight into the gloves of Verbruggen as we move into the 58th minute of the game. So Villa can, they've still got up to 5 subs that they can make. Brighton can still make 4 more here. Elsewhere it's still Manchester City 3, Fulham 0, still goalless between Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Still remarkably, Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 3, after Crystal Palace were 2-0 up. And in the later kick-off, it's still goalless between Sunderland and Liverpool. Brighton back in possession then, Van Hecke. Now to Gross. Gross again, quick 1-2 with Hinchelwood. Game that definitely needs a goal. And towards the hour mark now, Brighton pushing up again. Oh dear, he may not going to get a goal like that though. An attempt at a right-wing delivery there from Joel Veltman. Almost goes into the top row of the crowd, so not best of deliveries. But now Villa are looking to shake things up then. Looking like we've got a double substitution about to happen, and Ross Barkley and Leon Bailey are getting ready to come on. It looks as if Jadon Sancho is one of the players about to come off, and the other is going to be Emiliano Buendia. So Buendia and Sancho are going off for Villa, and they're going to be replaced by Ross Barkley and Leon Bailey. We'll see what impact both subs there can have on this game. And it's been very flat overall so far for Villa, particularly in this second half so far. They need some inspiration from somewhere. Now, in the meantime, Van Hecker's gone down for Brighton. He's just sat down on the turf, and he is needing some physio treatments here, so it doesn't look as if it came from a challenge or a collision or anything like that. So we've just got a break in play whilst that is happening. So whilst we've got this break in play, let's have a look at what else is happening elsewhere. So in the Scottish Premiership, Celtic still 1-0 up at home against Livingston. It's goalless between Falkirk and Dundee. Kilmarnock are now 2-1 up at home against St Mirren, whilst Rangers are still 1-0 up away against Motherwell. And in the one and only Championship game tonight at half-time, it's currently Charlton Athletic 0, Stoke City 0. A couple of games in League 2 as well, but they're currently goalless between Grimsby Town and Accrington Stanley. Goalless between Swindon Town and Newport County. Now then, Van Hecker, just wonder here if he is actually having to go off. Yeah, it is. So Van Hecker is going to have to be substituted here with this injury. So Van Hecker's going off, and he's going to be replaced by the number 21, Olivier Boscali. Van Hecker has picked up a knock. To show exactly how it came about, but he's gone off, and it's a shame for Brighton. It's a blow, because he's had a very solid game at the back, and so he's replaced by Boscali, Brighton's second substitution of the game. So both teams have 3 more subs that they can make. Long ball for Villa, chased down, well, attempted to be chased down by Watkins, but he can't quite get that. Ball runs out to Verbruggen. And get some of the latest stats for you on this game as well. It's been a slow burner, to say the least, in this game, but just signs that it is beginning to kick into life here. Brighton with Gomez just on the right of centre, about midway down Villa's own half here. Now back to Veltman. The closest we've come so far was that 20 foot, well, about just over 20 yards attempt from Kadioglu, which ended up crashing off the bar. It actually looked as if it was a great save from Martinez to tip the ball onto the bar. Now Brighton back on the attack game with Gross on the right hand side, just looking for support here. It's midway down Villa's half. Hinchelwood looking to link up with Milner. Gross has a square to his left hand side. Everyone in a blue and white striped shirt inside the Villa half here, and Mitoma with the ball in at the far post, almost manages to find, I think it was Gross there at the far post, but just couldn't quite latch onto it. Have a look here. Yeah, it was Pascal Gross was the closest to getting on the end of it, and if he had, Villa were in trouble there. I'm still waiting for the deadlock to be broken in this game. And just a few concerns really for Villa is just their lack of creativity at the moment, because of course they had such a slow start to the season where they didn't actually score in their opening 4 Premier League games, and they didn't win any of their first 4 Premier League games either. But then weirdly they suddenly just went on an incredible run from that point, and it's only then, just recently, that the bubble has kind of just burst a little bit here, and they've kind of gone back into this sort of style of play right at the start of this season where they're just struggling to create anything at the moment here. But Leon Bailey, one of Villa's subs, has just been able to win Villa a corner. He's just been able to force this set piece. Maybe set pieces are the way for Villa to break down Brighton's resistance here. So it's going to be a corner to be taken by Louise as we now move into the 65th minute of the game. Still goalless between Villa and Brighton. Villa really could do with a win here to just keep their momentum going. Obviously they have high aspirations of qualifying for the Champions League as the delivery comes in, and it glances off Ezri Konsa, but the header flashes wide of the target. Probably Villa's best effort of the second half so far. Taken short initially before being lifted into the area. Ezri Konsa just couldn't get the space that he required there. So he got on the end of the delivery, but his header nowhere near going on target. Now Brighton will play the ball out from the back here. The ball runs out straight to Martinez. Now with Contatc to Bogard. Back to Contatc. Now Louise, a heavy touch there from Bogard. It just puts Onana in a bit of a predicament, but does well to play his way out of trouble. Uses Mings as support. And Batson ends up losing possession in a crucial area there for Villa. Puts his side in trouble. Pascal Gross tries to get a ball in from the right-hand side. It's headed away by Onana. Now Veltman for Brighton tries to play the ball in. It comes off Maatsen last. And strangely, that's been given as a goal kick. Not too sure how that's happened. It definitely came off the Villa player last. And Joel Veltman, very animated with his protests there. Yeah, that's a strange one. Surely came off Maatsen last, but well, it's a goal kick for Martinez to take. And the second half continues, and just trying to see where this deadlock can be broken here. Now Villa with Watkins on the left-hand side, quite deep down Brighton's half, and that's a terrible attempt at a through ball from Louise. Kind of sums up Villa's game so far. Not the best of games, it has to be said. This is my first look at Douglas Luiz since his return to Aston Villa. He'll come back for his second stint, so he's on loan at Villa for the rest of this season from Juventus in Serie A. Just get the match stats up as quickly as we can here as well, as Brighton just struggling to play the ball out from the back, but just got away with it though. In terms of the match stats, I mean, that's quite a telling one. Villa have had 12 shots in this game, but shots on target, 1. Just 1 shot on target from 12 overall, whereas Brighton have had 5 shots with 2 on target. So that's what I mean. Pretty much all of Villa's chances have just been pretty speculative efforts that have ended up being blocked fairly easily. Throw for Brighton, ball coming off Maatsen last as we now go into the midway point of the second half. Throw's going to be taken by Veltman. Veltman manages to find Gross. It's a decent cross there. And it was James Milner, the veteran player James Milner, rushing into the box, manages to get a header, but just goes straight to Martinez. Just get the feeling that it's going to have to be a real moment of inspiration from someone, or a real howler from someone, for this deadlock to be broken. Villa just on the counter. Ross Barkley plays the ball out to Rodgers, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Rodgers looking to go past his man. Good defending though from Brighton. Now gets Maatsen involved. Maatsen plays the ball across the face of goal. Ball is cleared out, but only as far as Barkley. Barkley is desperately trying to get on his right foot, but he hasn't got the space to get the shot in. Passes out wide to Bogard. Now finds support with Contatc. Now Bailey on the right-hand side. Bogard plays back to Contatc. This is better from Villa, just a bit more pressure and a bit more fluidity in their passing play. Louise and Nana might be tempted to go for a long-range shot, because Villa have had a lot of success with long-range attempts so far this season, but Villa lose the ball pretty cheaply in the end, and now Brighton can go on the counter here through Gomez. Gomez going on a 30-yard run, plays the ball square into his left, manages to find Mitoma, plays the ball to his right-hand side, now with Gross. Gross plays the ball across the face of goal here. Hinshelwood goes for goal, but blazes his shot over the bar. As we move into the 70th minute, and it's just opening up a little bit more now, this game. But we're still no nearer to seeing the deadlock be broken. Still no change in any of the score lines in the Premier League. Just a reminder that there's one Premier League game taking place tomorrow. It's an 8 PM kickoff between Brentford and Aston. And there'll be Flash Score live audio commentary coverage for that one as well. So Brentford versus Arsenal, the only Premier League game taking place tomorrow evening. And Martinez then goes long with the goal kick here. He finds Watkins up top, who's had a pretty quiet game, it has to be said, but hasn't really had much in the way of service. Now Barkley in possession, plays the ball into Bailey. Bailey trying to keep hold of the ball, but he's ended up conceding a free kick, and you just get the feeling there's just an air of frustration here around Villa Park. Obviously it's been such a good season for them, but just signs that things are starting to go a bit flat again. Villa are about to bring on more subs. I just wonder if one of the players coming on might be Tammy Abraham, just to boost Villa's strike power in the final third. And looks if Villa will be making some subs, at least 2, when the ball next goes out of play. But right now, Luiz is able to find some space, plays the ball out from the central midfield area. Play goes down in Villa colours, but the referee says no foul. To be fair, there's no protests either. Everyone just gets on with it. Mings does well to shield the ball away from Welbeck. Game just beginning to just open up a little bit more here. Luiz just gets ahead of Gomez. Oh, and Luiz loses the ball in a very cheap area there, and it just allows Mitoma to go further on here for Brighton. It's poor play there from Luiz. I don't think, in all honesty, he's had a very good game at all in the centre of midfield here for Villa, but that could have been a very costly mistake there from Luiz, trying to do a bit of showboating. He ended up being caught out. That could quite easily have been a very dangerous counter indeed for Brighton, but fortunately for Luiz, Villa's defence was equal and they were able to shield Mitoma away. With a long ball attempted to try and find Watkins, doesn't find him. Now Brighton can start another attack here. It's going to be Hinchelwood, tries to find Mitoma. Now Kadioglu is able to find Mitoma on this left hand side, uses his pace, plays the ball in early into the area, but it's easily dealt with by Tyrone Mings. Mings clears the ball away, but again it can only find a blue and white striped shirt. Villa just not really able to keep the ball here at the moment, and it's Brighton with the momentum right now. If they could get a win, what an important win that would be. Just reinvigorate their season a little bit, while Villa's is just in danger of running a bit flat, at least in the Premier League anyway. Of course, they're still involved in the UEFA Europa League. They're into the round of 16. They're of course playing in the 4th round of the FA Cup this weekend against Newcastle United. That's on Saturday. Brighton also involved on the same day. They're away at Liverpool in the 4th round of the FA Cup. 2 all Premier League affairs there. Now it's the 74th minute, and Villa definitely getting ready to bring on a couple of subs, so they should be coming on whenever the ball next goes out of play here. So Martinez just has the ball at his feet now, plays the ball forward to Onana. Takes the ball over the halfway line for support from Bailey, but Bailey can't keep the ball in play, and I think we're going to see this double change now. So let's have a look here. So Tammy Abraham is going to come on, and looks as if Ollie Watkins is going to come off. So Tammy Abraham is coming on here for Villa. He's going to come on for Watkins, and Alisson is also going to come on for Villa as well. And it's Watkins and Onana that's going to come off here. So Onana and Watkins coming off for Villa in this double substitution. They're replaced by Tammy Abraham and Alisson. So Villa have just one more substitution that they can make in this game with 16 minutes to go. Brighton still with 3 more subs that they can make. Villa just with 1 more here. Brighton just going over the halfway line now into Villa's half. Played back by Gomez. Now up to Veltman. Gross. Had a pretty good game, Gross, on the right-hand side. Not been too many players, to be honest, that have really stood out in this game, but Gross has been pretty decent for Brighton on that right flank. Milner, Mitoma, into Hinchelwood. That's a square, 30 yards away from the goal line here for Brighton. Alisson with his first touch, an important one as well, just stops that attack in its tracks. Long ball up and just goes straight to Brighton's defence, and at the moment it's definitely all Brighton in terms of momentum, at least anyway, but it's still goalless with 15 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Elsewhere, still no changes in the other Premier League games, so it's still Manchester City 3, Fulham 0. Still goalless between Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers, and still Crystal Palace 2, Burnley 3, and it's now goalless at half-time at the Stadium of Light between Sunderland and Liverpool. Villa are able to dispossess Brighton here through Barkley, who's looked lively since coming on. He's been injured for a little while, but thankfully for Villa, a side that have got a lot of injuries at the moment, in particular in midfield. The return of Barkley is a welcome sight for them. Now, that's surely going to be a free kick for Villa, and it is. So Gomez fouling Alisson. It's going to be a free kick for Villa. Very close to the touchline on this left wings, but a chance for them to whip the ball into the 18-yard box here. I must say, in the second half, Villa really haven't threatened much at all. Villa still with only one shot on target in the entire game. Brighton have only had 2. Kind of tells you just the lack of quality, really, that we've seen in this match. Villa are about to take a free kick then on this left-hand side. It's either going to be Maatsen or Louise to take. And plenty of bodies just in between the edge of the box and where the penalty spot is. There's Louise. That's a good delivery from Louise. It's still headed away by the Brighton defence, but that adds a bit more to it there from Louise's set-piece delivery. Looks as if the ball has gone out of play for throwing for Brighton. As we still await for the deadlock to be broken here. We're now into the 78th minute of the game, so it's going to be a throw-in to the visitors right next to the corner quadrant on their right-hand side. It's going to be Joel Veltman to take. Brighton will go further forward here with Gomez looking to play the ball early to try and find Mitoma. It's going to be a race between Mitoma and Bogard. That's a really good challenge there from Lamar Bogard. Crucial challenge as well. We know how dangerous Mitoma can be. He's scored some excellent goals in his time at Brighton. It was a great challenge. It's probably the best tackle of the game that we've seen so far, and it's come from Lamar Bogard in that right back role. As Brighton look to be bringing on a couple of players. In fact, they might be going for the whole hog and making the triple substitution here. As the visitors are able to get a shot in, it's spilled by Martinez, and it has to be cleared away there by Maatsen. Just a chance again there for Brighton. There's no doubt Brighton have been the better side in this second half. Whilst the first half wasn't really very eventful, Villa were, you would say, the more threatening, but Brighton have definitely been the better side in this second half. That was another shot on target there, and the third one of the half, and Martinez made a little bit of a meal of it, had to rely on Maatsen getting him out of jail there. So it's still going to be a throw-in to come in then from Brighton, sorry, a corner rather, from Gross. Poor delivery though. Cleared away by Maatsen at his near post. Maatsen with the ball now. Oh, and he's gone down. It's surely a free kick. Well, it's not given though. Brighton take the throw in very, very quick here. Gross plays the ball into the edge of the 6-yard area, but it's going to run out now to Martinez, who very quickly just throws the ball out short. And Villa just looking to try and find some momentum here, but it has to be said, it's been a very sluggish performance from Villa. It's been very late, but it looks quite tired. Just hasn't been there for them today. And it does look like Brighton are now going to make a triple sub, and Danny Welbeck is going to be one of the players going off here. So Welbeck, Gomez and Mitoma are going to come off here for Brighton in this triple change. And who's going to come on for them? Let's find out. So Costellas, Howell and Minte are now going to come on for them. So Haralampos Costellas coming on, Harry Howell and Yankuba Minte coming on for Brighton. So that's all their 5 substitutes now on. Villa have one more that they could possibly make, so that's one from Bizot, Digne, Torres, Lindelof and Wright. So 10 minutes to go then, plus any stoppage time given at the end by the 4th official, which tonight is Sam Allison. A long throw from Villa to the halfway line, but just straight towards Brighton's defence, but that's just given away though from Brighton's back line, and it'll be a throw in for Villa, just about 10 yards over the halfway line. Just forced to go back into their own half briefly. Mings now to Maatsen, back to Tyrone Mings with his left foot, plays back to Martinez. Konsa, now Bogard plays the ball up to Abraham. Didn't reach his first touch of the ball so far. Just getting really scrappy in around the midfield areas. Villa trying to find some space, but Rodgers just slips as he tries to play a through ball. Just allows Brighton back into possession, but then the Seagulls lose the ball as well. It's getting really scrappy in this midfield area. Ball has gone out of play though at some point there. And going to go Villa's way. And so the free kick is taken short. Now Ross Barkley just shielding the ball away. Plays the ball up to Abraham, and Abraham really not happy with the lack of support that he had there. Brighton back in possession. Now with Veltman. Now to Hinchelwood. To Gross. Going quite deep down the right-hand side here, the right wing for Brighton inside Villa's half. That's back to Gross, now to the number 53, Harry Howell, plays a good ball in, and it's palmed away there by Martinez, just comes out to kind of slap the ball away. And he needed to time that perfectly, and he did. And Brighton's still in possession here. Comes out to Howell, left-footed delivery from the right-hand side, and it looks as if Martinez was going to claim the ball, but I don't think Mings heard him. Mings ends up heading the ball behind him, and it's going to be a corner for Brighton. And again, if there is going to be a late goal, the more likely team to get it are Brighton at the moment. Villa just really haven't performed at all in this game. It's been very, very sluggish. Not really been much of a rhythm or fluidity to their game. And yeah, they're just going through a bit of a rut at the moment here. And so Villa are about to make their 5th and final substitution of the match. Douglas Luiz is coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof now coming on, so that's all 5 substitutions made from each side here, and Lindelof's first task is to defend this corner kick from Brighton's left wing. Plenty of bodies in around the 6-yard area. It's a poor delivery though, goes straight out to Martinez. And Martinez eventually throws the ball out to Maatsen on the left hand side. Back to Tyrone Mings. Supported by Konsa. Now Barkley. Barkley finding a little bit of space to work into. It's been pretty good since coming on, Barkley. It's been one of the brighter spots, I'd say, in Villa's match. As Allison has some space. Matson plays the ball into the area here. Tammy Abraham, can he get on the end of it? No, he can't. Ball still runs out to Bailey. Comes off a Brighton player last. Tammy Abraham is claiming for a penalty here. Pretty animated towards the referee. And of course, I'm sure VAR will check to see if anything untoward happened there. It was Boscali who, well, he does give Abraham a bit of a push. Kind of 6 on one, half a dozen on the other. And you get the feeling it probably won't be reversed. But, well, let's just see here, because the game still hasn't been restarted. And it looks like it has now, so any VAR check has already come to an end. But it is still a corner, though, for Villa. 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Corner from the right-hand side, played in towards the near post, and it's gone in! Villa have taken the lead, and it's Tyrone Mings that has given Villa the lead in the 86th minute of the game. It's been a pretty poor game by Villa's standards this season, but they've found a way here to take the lead late on. It's a corner kick played in from the right flank, and it's Tyrone Mings who meets the ball first. He gets ahead of his marker, and well, it's not been a game littered with clear-cut chances, but Villa have taken the lead here in the 86th minute. It's a corner that comes in from Leon Bailey, and it's Tyrone Mings that gets on the end of it. Let's have a look here at our first replay. Just wonder if it actually took a touch there off Jack Hinchelwood as well. So Mings is claiming it. I just wonder if the final touch might possibly have come off Jack Hinchelwood. But at the moment, at least, Tyrone Mings is definitely claiming it. Either way, the ball is over the line. It's in the back of the net. It's fist pumps there for Unai Emery. Not usually as, certainly not the most animated celebration from him. But Villa have a precious lead here. It's not been pretty. It's been a fairly ugly game, certainly from Villa's perspective. But have they just done enough here to wrap up 3 points? And this will be, well, if it does end like this is going to be bitterly disappointing for Brighton. This would now make it just one win from their last 13 league games. And it really did look like if there was going to be a late winner, it would come from Brighton. But Tyrone Mings has got a vital touch to edge Villa in front in the 86th minute, and now Brighton have to chase this down. Chase this game down, and time is now quickly running out here for the visitors. But they're going to try and break the ball into the 18-yard area now with Kadioglu. Milner plays the ball in just into the 18-yard area. It's getting congested here. Brighton have got an opportunity, but Milner, his header is just straight into the gloves there of Martinez. I'm sure Martinez will just take up as much time as he can here. And this must be so frustrating for Brighton head coach Fabian Hertzler. Brighton have performed pretty good in the second half. Wasn't great in the first, but they've definitely been the better side after the interval. But it's Villa that have edged in front here through the Tyrone Mings header from a Leon Bailey corner. Now Villa are on the brink of what would be a very important victory for them. Ball's just gone out of play, and it'll be a throw to the visitors midway down Villa's own half. 90 seconds to go before we reach the 90th minute. It'll be interesting to see now how much stoppage time there will be. Hinchelwood plays the ball square to his left to Kadioglu, because he hit the woodwork much earlier on in this second half. That was the closest Brighton came to taking the lead. And Brighton have just given away a foul here. Minte just running into the back of Bogard there. And how crucial could that goal be there from Tyrone Mings? Yeah, I'm just not too sure if maybe the final touch actually came from, is it Hinchelwood? Just look as if it might actually have come off Hinchelwood, but I mean, either way, from Villa's perspective, they really won't care at the moment. They're in the lead, and the Villa supporters, and for any Villa supporters listening, that's all that matters to them at the moment here. But gutting for Brighton though, and now they've got to somehow find an equaliser, as we're now just about to start stoppage time. So we're just about to find out how much stoppage time there will be. About to go into the 90th minute here as the ball runs back out to Verbruggen, and we've got 5 minutes of stoppage time. So 5 minutes of stoppage time to go. It's Villa 1, Brighton 0. Tyrone Mings with a goal from a corner in the 86th minute. It really looked like it was just going to end as a 0-0 stalemate, but Villa have found a late goal to send the crowd wild here at Villa Park, and now Villa are on the brink of a really important victory as they look to get their hopes of qualifying in the next season's UEFA Champions League back on track after a little bit of a wobble recently. Now Brighton advancing down this left-hand side here, looking to play the ball in through Minte. Comes off a Villa player last, and it's going to be a corner kick here for Brighton. Comes off Consa last. So about 4 minutes to go then. Still time for Brighton to get a last-ditch equaliser. And if Brighton were to lose here though, we're on the brink of doing so, there'll be more pressure on Fabian Hürzeler. Certainly the run of form that Brighton have been on has begun to attract a lot of criticism from Brighton's own supporters. In-swinger of the corner comes in, and Martinez just gets enough on it. It's going to be a corner for Brighton. Now Martinez has gone down, been winded, and Brighton, I think, know exactly what Martinez is doing there. You've got 3 Brighton players all helping Martinez up. And it's going to be a corner then to Brighton on their right-hand side, so basically not allowing Martinez to waste any further time. So it's going to be another corner that comes in, and it's Martinez that flaps at it a little bit, but he's okay though, because he's ended up winning a free kick for Villa. Now, he's ended up coming through that set piece unscathed, as there's a lot of intense Brighton pressure right now, but he's done enough there. Tyrone Mings, by the way, has just won the official Player of the Match award. Has to be said, not too many contenders in this game. As I said before, I think Gross has had a good game for Brighton. Mitoma was pretty good as well, but Tyrone Mings now has got the official Player of the Match award here. The attendance, by the way, 39,495 here at Villa Park, and I'm just being told it is actually now being credited officially as an own goal by Jack Hinchelwood. So Mings got the last touch from a Villa player, but the last touch that steered the ball into the back of the net did come from Jack Hinchelwood, so that's been credited as an away goal then by Hinchelwood, that has given Villa the lead. And Hinchelwood, speak of the devil, is just given away a free kick there, and it just allows Villa more time. Yeah, just clipping Leon Bailey. Bailey going down, making a meal of it, has to be said. Bailey getting caught, but reacting as if he's done himself a very serious injury, but there's nothing actually wrong with him. Bailey back up on both feet now, so it's going to be a free kick to Villa. It's about 2-3 yards over the halfway line, right in the centre of play. It's about 90 seconds to go then. Can Villa hold on for what would be a really important victory? Ball played out deep towards the right hand side, comes off Minte last, and it's going to be a corner to Villa. Minte not happy with the decision there, and it's going to be a corner for Villa, and it's going to be Leon Bailey to take. So you'd imagine Villa are just going to keep this in the corner, surely. There's less than a minute to go. Morgan Rogers is right up by him. Unai Emery just wants that final whistle to come. You can tell by his facial expression there. It's not been a good watch. It's been a pretty ugly watch, this game, throughout most of it. But Ross Barkley then goes for goal from 20 yards out. and his effort is steered wide. And so has that given Brighton just time for one more opportunity here? Not too sure why Barkley went for goal, to be honest. From Villa's perspective, surely they just need to play the ball into the corner at this point. So just gives Brighton one last glimmer of hope here as the goal kick is taken long by Verbruggen. And this is it. This is surely Brighton's last chance. Deep on the right flank here, passing the ball out to the number 53, Harry Howell. Plays the ball into the area. It's headed away by Bogard. Now Leon Bailey does a great job there defensively. Plays the ball up for Villa with Rodgers. And for Villa, they've just got to hold on to the ball now. Rodgers plays the ball over to Alisson. And Alisson just goes into the 18-yard box here. Plays the ball across the face of goal. Ends up finding Hinchelwood for Brighton. We're definitely past the 5th minute of stoppage time now, with 30 seconds over that. But the full-time whistle is still not gone here. So we're now into a 6 minutes of stoppage time. And we're just waiting for a throw-in to be taken. And I'm not too sure why the referee hasn't actually blown the full-time whistle yet, but Villa, as you can imagine, taking a long time to take this throw. They're in no rush whatsoever. But the game still continues here. And it's going to be Maatsen to take the throw. Now releases the ball. Finds Rodgers. And there we go. There goes the full-time whistle as both head coaches walk towards each other and shakes hands as Unai Emery begins to walk towards the tunnel to the applause of the Villa fans in the front rows here. So it wasn't a pretty game. Certainly won't win match of the season contender. But, well, we thought initially it was a late goal from Tyrone Mings, but it looks as if it's going to be credited as an own goal to Jack Hinchelwood. And it's that was the difference in this evening's Premier League game. So not a classic, but it's a very important win for Villa. It just gets that wobble that they've experienced, maybe back on track here. It's probably still a bit too much to ask for them to get back into a title challenge, but it certainly boosts their hopes of qualification for next season's UEFA Champions League. And for Brighton, well, their worrying run of form continues. It's now one win in their last 13 league games. So thank you so much for listening in. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And that's the end of our audio commentary coverage tonight. So at full time here at Villa Park in the Premier League, it's finished. Aston Villa 1, Brighton